Building your crew in the game today takes everything you've got. Getting value from all your honor sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to learn to play? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody tears the game, and you have a side to blame. You wanna be where you can see where triples are all the same. You wanna go where everybody tears the game. You wanna be where you can see where triples are all the same. You wanna go where everybody tears the game.
Welcome
to
Timeline Talks.
to the Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talk. Featuring guest stars, Morph action figure collector, Kapla, It Stars, and Garden. Also featuring Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, the man with the chatter, he doesn't have a bladder. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Yes, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Timelines Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek Timelines, event tracking, and waiting at bus stops for events. So I'm literally standing right here checking my watch, and they're not here yet. The bus service has been cancelled, and we're not going to Oklahoma. This is just not happening. Hello, guys. How are we this week? Are we happy? Is this an exuberant, joyous time to be alive in the game?
I like that you picked Oklahoma because it's probably the only US state that has less going on than the game right now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
It's 3:30. Do you know where your events are? Tune in tonight for action news.
Okay, over under. Do we actually think there is going to be an event tomorrow?
Yeah, there'll be an
Do we think?
yeah.
At this
I think
rate?
there will be an event. I think we will be lucky if they don't rerun the one that just happened.
I keep saying.
Event, watch.
I keep saying. If look, WRG, if you want to just run a month of reruns so you can catch shit up, go for it. Anyway, we'll get on that. Also, give us the updates with the YouTube comments. What have we got in the pipeline?
Negativity, that's impossible. Meister Proper says, greetings from Germany. Willkommen, mein Freund. Nobleman, WRG Ben said, Q2 with the boss battle, so there's still a chance for late June. Yeah, I think when he was on stream with us, he said late Q2, and then when he popped in on the chill stream to do the boss battles, I want to say he said maybe end of May, so I remember that being floated around. But yeah, they did initially say June, so we'll see. I can only hope that is what is tying up all of their intellectual capacitance at the moment.
That was before the troubles began.
Listen, if they don't have an event this week, would you be entirely sad? If we just skipped a week and just had a bit of a breather, just a weekend just to chill out, do our own thing for once? Would that be nice? Wouldn't that be good? We could talk about something.
We'll just stand on the platform watching as the decayed carcass of the content train just spins its wheels. Like,
I think WRG needs to be careful because if we sober up, we may not come back to the opium den next week. So.
I ain't even started.
and a comment from Trey Alfia, who's happy to hear his all super rares finished shout out.
Oh yes.
So thanks guys for popping in on the YouTube. I have to say, with all these objective events, and I'm sort of a super rare site hoarder. Now I have over 20 of them. I am thinking about the occasional 6-pack dalliance for a new purple.
Ooh.
I have the sites for them. It's less heartache than trying to get a gold out of a Tuesday pack. So We'll see. I'm not.
Well,
quite...
do I have some news for you? It's the only news we have.
Pretty much. We are light on our feet this week, unless some breaking news comes in, but we'll see. But anyway, before we do that...
Watch.
Exactly, yes. We'll keep on that. Let's spin that wheel. Let me bring the wheel up, and we shall spin it. Thank you to everyone that submitted show titles. Congratulations to Nifty Mittens for having an overwhelming amount of votes for his show title. But let's spin it for some Dubbo. Dubbo Danjavin, you win another month's worth of subs, so please reach out to us on Discord when your sub expires and we will reimburse you because we can't pay in advance for some reason. But anyway, so we quite nice actually. That'd be quite handy if we could pay in advance, but if you've got a sub we can't gift you one until it's done, never mind. We'll get there. Just remind us because my brain is not the best.
Hey man, Twitch is a new platform. They haven't got all the integration right yet.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm still waiting for live replay because when we streamed on YouTube, I would use it a lot. So.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I get loaded. Right, our event.
It's fine. I understand. For this week, you're more than fine.
This is the Co-op Malot stream. Absolute candor from all three of us this week. So.
Oh, really? Are we doing that? Absolute candor?
I've always hated you, Idol.
I knew it! This wasn't just fake grimacing. Okay, congratulations to our very good friend, host of the Big Book of Behold Advice 2.0.
No, Namer, what an absolute beast. He crushed the competition. Yeah. So, I know Namer, he's just a guy. He puts his pants on just like you and me, one leg at a time, except his pants are made of gold-pressed latinum. When he does push-ups, he doesn't push himself up, he pushes the planet down. And other such Chuck Norris jokes for our good buddy No Name Namer.
Absolutely.
By the way, speaking of Chuck Norris, we watched... What's the Tryla Scott episode called? Conspiracy, thank you. So there's a scene where Captain Walker Keel messages Picard, and Picard's in his underoos, and he answers it, Walker! And they start talking about whatever. Someone did a fan edit where Walker Texas Ranger comes on the screen, and Picard has a conversation. He's like, Walker, what the hell are you doing? And it's like Chuck Norris fighting bad guys, so it's really cool.
Oh, brilliant.
Damn it, Walker.
I need to get our intakes from last time back on YouTube. I need to do that because we need to do more of those as well.
Dude, that's like the best material we've ever done.
Yeah, the saxophone bit has just not stopped. I'm still giggling at that in my head.
All right, hold on. Anyway. Back to No Name Namer, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour.
Congratulations on your 5 of 5, Robert DeSoto, who will probably will Voyage for you for a little while. So congratulations on that one. And I believe
I can't wait to add him to the trait audit to get exobiology removed from the card, and then neighbors are gonna message me profanity if it happens.
Shout out from Evans of Wales. Great teamwork by both SSR for number 1 fleet, first change in about 2.5 years, and also to the Obsidian Order. Oh, also TOO, the Obsidian Order, for beating their best by 2 in number 4. So, yes, congratulations to you guys and all the fleets. So,
enjoy the crew you won, because you may not be getting some this week.
Can you imagine if Robert DeSoto was the last crew released in events in the game's history?
Jesus Christ.
What a limp thought of a way to end the game. Can you imagine?
I wonder what will. That goes through my head every once in a while. Anyway, we'll come to that. Also, This Cisco, number 2, Bright, number 5, AJ Warp 9, number 7, James G. Kirk, number 9, Apollo 16, Ignama 18, Gazoo 19, Pauhura, number 40, Roy Kirk, first 12-hour Voyager, 41, Sankatse Siete, number 47, and our very own Voyage Verify, who does stunning work for the Voyage sheet, Mr. Nolian, number 48. Very quick aside, which I didn't put in the show notes. We've just finished our first season, the spring season of the 12-hour Voyage leaderboards, and congratulations to Nifty Mittens again for getting the longest time. So the new season has started. It will be
for the longest time. Hello, who's doing the bass line? What am I singing?
What song is this? Is this Stars?
Are you kidding? What song is this? Oh, fake Billy Joel fan. I can't. For the longest time.
I know Piano Man. That's about it.
That one just fine.
Billy Joel.
Serious?
I've not listened to a lot of Billy Joel.
Oh my god!
I think I have one song on my iPod.
Oh, Wow. You call yourself a musician.
I don't, but
Have you even stood in a bathtub
get
with a
the
saxophone?
trick removed.
yeah. So the new season of the 12-hour voyages is starting. So every 12-hour voyage you have with all the required screenshots you submit will be entered into the new season. So the best person win. But congratulations, Nifty. The rankings are on the 12-hour sheet, which you can go on to you can find in the pinned on the Discord. Visit the Discord. Okay.
I had to explain to my wife the other day what the lyrics to Uptown Girl meant, the Billy Joel song, because it's like
I know two Billy Joel songs. There you go.
Because if you watch the music video for that, and it's like, you know, guys snapping and dancing. He's supposed to be like a mechanic. He's got like a cigarette pack rolled up in his sleeve. He's supposed to be a real bad boy, and that's what all the girls want. And apparently that escaped her. So. All right, we need to do Billy Joel talks.
Quick shout out before we do. We go on to Piano Man 2.0. Congratulations to GBP Janos Idanian for coming in rank 2607. A worthy feat. Janos. Yeah, not Janos, not Timelines Talks historian Janos, but that's Janos.
That's his mirror counterpart.
Goatee and all. All right, shall we get down to the nitty gritty? Shall we start on a light note? Shall we talk about the mega recurring, who we do have stats for? Thankfully, they are not finalized stats, are they?
I don't know how light the note's going to be, but yeah.
Yeah, these are apparently not finalized stats, according to Shan on the forums. So,
is anything ever truly final in this world?
Well, seeing as anyway, we don't have art. We don't have art, but we have a wonderful stat array here. She's Voyage rank number 38. So this is what you're going to get hopefully for the next 4 weeks, assuming the mega starts, assuming everything goes to plan. Another command sec dip crew, tier 4, Voyage rank 38. She's resourceful. She's inspiring. She's everything you want and more.
Two things she's not is exobiology or astrophysicist, which supposedly is the theme of the mega. Parasitic beings have infiltrated Starfleet, while Captain Scott is amongst the first to suspect something is wrong. She unfortunately becomes infected by the parasite in the end. A shout out to the third longest flavor text in the game.
I like it.
That is
a good one.
That's the most notable thing about her.
It's a good one. It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, there we are. I mean, I like that they've just not bothered making art and then just put it like this is what I was expecting to happen today. The event would run and we just wouldn't have art, but they've wisely turned it off. So, but okay, talk to me about week by week another Command Dipset crew. Bearing in mind we've had, and I'm not exact count, 4 or 5 free giveaway crew that have happened in objective events and other mega recurrings that have been Command Dipsec or some variation thereof.
I think it might be disingenuous. It's not your fault to lead off with, hey, Voyager 37. She's Command Dipsec Voyager number 16. Which, if you do the quick napkin math, means every second crew in the top 40-ish are Command Dipsec. You don't need her. You don't want her. If you get a 4 or 5,
settled with her.
Okay, so we need to have this talk. It's been too long. As Big elegantly put it earlier, we used to tell you what to do with your crew. Now we just kind of put things out there in the ether and let you make your decisions. Not anymore. Don't fall for this, guys. She's 4 of 5. You know, my new roster needs the help. My old roster needs the help. I need collections, yada yada. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. She is a complete copy, a complete retread of.
Don't believe them. Don't trust them.
But here's the problem. You're gonna get her. You are.
Are we?
Well, if you
but if you leave her at 4 or 5, let a behold finisher, let a recap finisher. I hear this all the time. People, well, I have a new roster, so shoot, help me a lot, bro. Literally every card would help you a lot. That doesn't mean that she's the right one. Well, the last star adds the most stats. Look, if that 1 star is a game breaker for you, going from 4 to 5, that means that you have way bigger priorities on your roster than another Command Dipsec crew. Like, if 1 star is making like a 20-minute difference on your voyages, then any crew you pick is going to make 20+ difference on your voyages. So, this is not. Yeah, she has the powers like in the range overall. Like, oh well, that's not bad. But they do that on purpose, you know, to drain you from your recap deal and your citations and whatever else. Don't do it. I'm begging you.
Well, also on that point, if you go and have a look at BigBook.app, which is more up to date on the game than the game is at this point, you can have a look at her Voyage priority seating, which is a really informative breakdown of the. If you want to get really granular with your Voyage seating, this tells you like what stats and what seats you would like most best be like allocated on. Right? If you look down at all, what is that, 6-7 antimatter traits that she has. Literally none of them she is the number one choice for. There is someone above her in every permutation, like Prodigy, Human, Federation, Desperate, Starfleet, Undercover Operative. Like, these are like every single one of these. She's outperformed by someone else because there is nothing unique about her.
Okay.
Nothing.
There is a plus side, and this is where my wheelhouse comes in. She is 2 tough collections. So that instantly says to me, I'm going to put a sight on it because resourceful and inspiring are tough to complete. They're larger ones. This is a nice little freebie on that regard. So I don't mind that. I think they're appropriate collections. She maybe could have something else. I don't know.
Honestly, in terms of traits, this is a pretty, like, having watched the episode with Auto, this is a pretty representative spread of traits. I can't think of anything else you could really have.
There are 364 gold crew in the game with 2 or more collections. And I bet a bunch of them aren't Command IPSec.
Yeah.
If you want collections...
But I'm just stating from the fact that if you're getting them 4 or 5 and you're going, with all the gold sites that are now being thrown around, you kind of go, well, I'm 1 tier away from both of them. Why not?
But that's so antithetical of good roster building. Like,
True.
Okay, I haven't ranted, complained about this in a while. I'm begging you guys, don't do it. There's other. You can add 3 stars to a crew, believe it or not, and get better return on that than eating the mini muffin of the last star on Tryla Scott. Like, I know it doesn't sound like a lot of calories, but they add up. It's still you're still burning a gold citation. If you get on recaps, fine. She's not a bad crew, but dude, Command IPSec, 2 collections, like. That automatically puts her on the back foot.
Yeah,
sorry. It has it's gotten to the point now where 2 of the previous megas I still have not finished. I have not finished Asperia, and I have not finished Luau Cube because I have no need to. There is literally no need for me to finish these crews. They will not improve my roster apart from a fringe case of one of the other crews that would normally ride that seat with a higher Voyage score is currently eventing. That's the only way that they would actually improve my roster because there is just so much of this.
But what are we going to get in a few weeks' time? Probably another Command IPSec crew. If you went for DeSoto...
A few weeks.
Well,
weeks. That is so... Yeah.
Optimistic. I know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge and all that, but I'm trying to load up. But if we look at the top crew, we've had Lieutenant Sahil, similar situation, came from a mega. Breen Disguise Kira is in the portal. Robert DeSoto, we just got him. He's still in packs if you're that kind of player. Admiral Mark Jameson will be imminently in the portal. 2024 Picard, okay, he's got the Psy, but he's still in that dips. He's still infinitely more useful. And this is just running down the top 10 best Voyages. We're not even going down to like returning Saru or even Sinister Picard, Klingon West, all returning Saru being giveaway, Sinister Picard, Klingon West in the portal. There are better options. No one's looking at this to think, I need this skill set, I need this crew, it's going to make my Voyagers instantly better, because these are crew that are above them, more useful, more traits, more events, more potential. And collections, like I said, is the only thing going for her, but like Otto said, you got better options on that regard.
Apropos of nothing, when I was reading her flavor text, and I read the words Captain Scott, I thought, when the hell was Montgomery Scott in the episode Conspiracy? Like
that would have been
I couldn't remember that having happened.
He would have had way too much alcohol in his system for the parasite to take over.
We just say, Captain Tryla Scott, who gets seduced by the bugs and eats mealworms, is a top 40 Voyager, and Captain Scott, who, jury rigs this 80-year-old ship to save the Enterprise, gets 1 skill, and he's like Voyage 1500 or whatever. What a miscarriage of justice.
Let me just look something up here. So, just looking at her triplet, like, I'm literally going to run down the list and see how many familiar names that are Fencing Picard, Lieutenant.
You didn't even, I was going to say Fencing Picard is the other one. And then,
only because he was a Tuesday.
Eleanor.
Just literally the crew above him, which you might have: Fencing Picard, Lieutenant Sahil, Bree Disguise Kira, Admiral Mark Jameson, Returning Suri, Sinister Picard, Klingon West, Commander Demos, Sanctuary Booker, come on, Dahar Master Koloth, Luau Q, Security Laris, Determined Paris, Lumeral Kira, all superior in Voyage Power crew in the triplet. Gonna say 98% of those more useful.
You didn't even mention Kalankakai Elnor, who you can also get for 4 out of 5 from the campaign, along with a lot of other goodies.
Yeah,
so
that's he's literally just below her. Literally. Sorry?
I would also point out that...
he's Voyager 4, though, isn't he?
Just his triplet, he's much further down.
Tryla will get... She will get 4 bonuses, not that you really need the help for skirmish. You can plug in any of the feature crew. So she'll get 3 bonuses. The previous 6 years, her traits have afforded her 1 bonus. And it was the Captain's Oath 3, which I think had a huge pool and rewarded some nasty crews. So, you know, if that at all factors into your decision making, she's command base 52. You're not going to use her much for daily shuttles unless you're a new player, just by virtue of her coming prefused, and she's not going to get events. So, yeah.
Well, she's not getting this event.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at this, and I was looking at her traits, and I was like, this probably would more apply to pre-infected Captain Scott. And I was like, oh wait, she's never going to get a fucking variant. Like, what was? Why would you bother? Like, so they've done the helpful job. It's like she's never going to get a variant. You have more chance of getting like alien weirdo like variant of Captain Silver LaForge than another variant of Captain Tryla Scott, for fuck's sake.
So I will say, I like the skill set in terms of it makes sense to me. She's a captain first, but the security of the whole espionage, the conspiracy stuff, that makes sense to me. Like you said, they got the traits pretty right. Prodigy and Inspiring are nice little ads for her brief, albeit legitimate backstory. So I think they did well with that. The only question is player's choice, Mega. The forums have like a 580-page thread of crew and ships you want to see in game. I don't know if Tryla Scott might be mentioned in there like twice.
I made a very large spreadsheet on this exact topic.
Of course you did.
And how high is she on the list of most wanted crew?
It was ordered in episode chronology, so pretty high.
Okay. Oh, fuck off. Player's choice, recurring
that
Mega.
Means she was still behind Janice Lester. That's the true player's choice.
When are we going to get Janice Lester Kirk? That's the one I really want.
Oh boy.
The indignity of being a woman. No!
She hated her own womanhood. If only.
Dude, we're not even... That's like literal quotes from the episode.
Yeah, we're not... Yeah.
All right, so to put a bow on it, I know I've been talking a lot, but... You know, good luck getting me to stop. She's a good crew. She's a fine crew. But if you're a new player, I am imploring you to save your citations, make a bigger impact on someone with either better numbers or, you know, more versatility, better skill set. There's a lot of reasons why she should probably be just saved for endgame players who don't have a lot else going on right now.
I honestly feel like they kind of would have maybe gotten away with just swapping the power, and like if they had completely just swapped the name and art, well, only just art for DeSoto and Scott, I feel like that would have been better. Almost, I feel like that would have been. Maybe, I mean, it's splitting hairs at that point, but like I would
even aiming a little too low. Like how everyone loves the episode Tapestry, right? We've all wanted blue uniform. You know, I am not that man, Picard. Like you could have made him the recurring. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Might have complained about too many recurring Picards, maybe.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't get 4 like Q does, but he does have a lot of good variants, so that's true. But dude, Tryla Scott, DeSoto, like come on.
And the rest. And the rest over the last few weeks. We've
on Gilligan's Isle.
Over the last few weeks, like how many Command Dip crew have we got? Like after Quack Elnor and fucking DeSoto and I can't pronounce his name. And just, you know,
Kalankakai.
By the way, while we're on the topic, so let me just read from the horse's mouth. I'm going to be quoting Shan a lot today. She does say, I can share Tryla Scott's stats with the usual disclaimer that the crew is not live yet. So they have buffed 2 crew. They're going to buff a 3rd crew after release. So I don't know. Maybe they messed with their stats. Maybe not. We'll see.
But it wouldn't really matter. Like the only way it would matter is if they make a Voyager #1. That's the only.
Yeah.
In which case, we'll have something else to complain about. So there you go.
We complain a lot, and just to make it clear, like, we've got a lot of ranting to do today on various things. By no means is this the on off a wall, we're quitting the game, because for some reason I still enjoy playing it, because it's a bizarre thing. But it's the typical dad thing, which I've started to employ my children. Like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed that it's come to this after all these years, after all these times, after everything, and we're here now looking at a blank screen kind of going, what are you doing? Like, I'm happy to have a week off. They say we're going to take a week off from an event. Wonderful. Don't care. Like, just tell us. Just do it. Give yourselves a break.
I'm kind of in this mindset where when it was coming into the show, I was like, is there even anything to talk about this week? Nothing is. All it would be is complaining. And I know that the complaints is, like, it's fun. It's good for it's really fun to complain. Everyone loves doing it. It's such a vicious pleasure, especially when you really get into it. And it's good for the community as well to just be able to vent in a constructive way. That means they don't go and scream at Shan on the... Not that the people who watch the show do. You guys are all, like, well-behaved. You don't do that kind of thing. But it's just good to vent and get it off your chest. But I was thinking about it, and, like, for a while I was like, do I even want to, like, do this? Do I really want to come on the show again and complain about the exact same problems we've been having for months in terms of skill set, for weeks in terms of stuff not going live? All this stuff that is just endemic to the game. It's like, at this point, I'm not angry anymore. I can't work up the energy to be angry because there's nothing new about the situation. That's what makes it suck so much.
Well,
at least if, like, someone comes out, if a card dropped tomorrow and they had stated skills, command, dip, sec, but when you put them in the game, they actually had edge, med, sight, I'd be like, how the fuck did you do that? That is a brand new mistake. But it's not even that. Nothing they've done is even fucked up in a new way.
The thing that makes me laugh is the when Shan puts on the forums, like, this has been an unscheduled delay or an unexpected delay. It's like, no, this was expected. We expected it. It's like, it's getting to the point now where, like, there is something going wrong every week, and it's like, oh, we didn't plan for this, and, like, yeah, we can tell. Like,
what do you plan for?
Exactly.
All right, so a couple of things. First of all, shout out to Navark. Your lawn looks great, buddy. Keep up the good mowing. Rev Damar said in our Discord that, how about a little less negativity? That would be a better viewing experience. I can't tell you how many times I've thought the same thing. And we're not going out of our way for the negativity this time.
We've given.
Do you know how? Do you know how
Damar.
refreshing it was to talk about Torres last week and just have fun and talk about a good crew?
Yeah. Even getting the boss battles, little teaser from Ben, and talking about that, and giving us like, oh, hey, this is this coming up. We're excited about this feature. Going back to when crew retrieval dropped, that was, aside from the banning, that was actually a pretty seamless launch, and that was a good system, and that's brought a real fresh feel to the game. Changed everyone's strategies. They've been doing some good things. We are not entirely negative on anything, but moments like this just make you think. And I said this before a few weeks back when people had to question, are you okay with the game? And I had to say, what are you doing over there? What's going on? Why are you still having art approval issues at the nth hour? Like, get this sorted. Oh.
So Ben has come on the stream many times, and also with the charity stuff. They've mentioned it with other employees present, that the content train don't stop. The main focus of their game, and presumably the main income of their game, comes from the event churn. New crew, giving players something to do during the week. So in the time that I've been playing, there's not been a, hey, the event's tomorrow, we got nothing for you. Not only that, but because of the event hub, the next week also, we got nothing for you. So this is a little bit unprecedented. And like you say, Stars, I'm not mad. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to hit the game's dead button, like, is the game going under kind of thing. But it's a red flag that we actually haven't seen before. Add to that, let me go ahead and quote Shan on this. And there's a few quotes I want to, because I know not everyone wants to troll the forums. God bless you, you really shouldn't. But there's a few relevant quotes here I'll pick out for you. She says, "There are many cogs involved and not all on our end. This is not how we want things to proceed, and while we do plan ahead, there are things out of our control. This month has been particularly difficult, and we hope for a smoother experience in the future for all parties involved." Another comment, "I'm sorry for all the difficulties and hiccups lately. As I said, it's been a difficult month, and this might extend in parts to next month." I assume she means June, but the goal is to get to a more stable place as soon as possible. I appreciate the frustrations this can create and appreciate your patience and understanding. One other comment. I can't provide business details, but I can tell you you're not the only ones frustrated. We're doing our best under current difficult circumstances. Things will get better. So, well, hold on. So everyone's guessing art approval issues on this. That's why she said we're swapping Picard for McDougal for the Super Rare this week. And so everything she said in the last few days makes it sound like, oh, it's CBS's fault, not ours. But like we talked about last week, in the last 2 weeks, we're late on 2 events now. We're rerunning the same objective events for the foreseeable future. Missing LTO art, a late Tuesday pack changed the stats of 3 crew after release, and 8 out of the last 14 gauntlets have been 65% exclusives, including right now, if you guys are on the 65% Baylock, trying to churn out those 45 gauntlet wins for the objective event, good bleeping luck. So it's like, all right, we understand maybe CBS is the bee in your bonnet, but there's a lot of things going on right now, and you can't blame it all on someone else. So
there is, yeah. There is a quote she put up months ago, and it was literally just like, we're looking to improve our processes, and this was due to a similar issue many months back. And I'm just looking at this going, are you still improving your processes? Because it sounds like what improvement you made has not gone the right way. Apollo says in chat, like, there's been a lot of illness in the office. Like, what office doesn't plan for illnesses? What game that has been running for this long doesn't have these processes in place, especially with art approval, with running events, with having a backup plan for having this? You've been running this game for so long now. Why is this an issue? Like, what is coming on to this state?
So I'm going to come in here on attack on both sides here, right? Okay, so on the one hand, there are 7 Timelines Talks originals that are waiting to be shown off when we have a time. And maybe we'll do it next week, I don't know. It'll depend on what we're thinking. There are 7 of those, and I had those ready months ago. And we haven't needed to show them off. And it was like, if it was the case, if I was working at WG and I had to work on things, I would try and get as many done as possible so that they are just ready to go boom, 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 boom. Here's all the reserves. Here's like art for a TNG Season 1 background character like McDougal, which probably doesn't require as extensive vetting, doesn't require 15 people at CBS to say, yes, this is an acceptable representation of the character. Because that's at least a backup. You can at least do something with that, right? On the other hand, CBS and Paramount are such chuckle fucks that to this month, like I think it's this month, you cannot watch Discovery or Strange New Worlds or half of the old classic Star Treks unless because Paramount Plus isn't live in most European countries. So maybe they are enough of a chuckle fuck that they are causing some of the issues.
But you have a backup plan.
Like you say, a backup plan.
A backup plan. You have art on the asset. You have stuff that you say, right, can I get these approved? Can I get these 20 crew approved if we need to throw them in? Like, hence we've had Botanist Sulu come in, who was an art from God knows how long ago. Meditative Tamol, that art is like 2 years old. Stats probably as well. You have a lot of that ready for the occasional. Even though we're coming into a mega, you just kind of got to go, we just need to put these in, and like they have done before, we'll go, fuck it, theme. Player's choice, there you go. There are ways to do this. There are plan Bs. Everyone that works in a professional job that has... I do it myself. If I know something's going to go wrong in my job, or I have a plan for, if this ain't going to work, we're going to do this. It's elementary.
And it's like... Indeed. And it's also the case that they have been... How long has this been going? Like 5, 6 years? 7 years? I know that not every, probably the entire team has changed multiple times, but we know Ben has been working. It's like what is the process here that people aren't pressing the buttons?
I came up with a theory that the person that's trying to upload artwork to the asset servers probably either taken the keys and run away or is ill. like
here's the thing, right? If I had this stated goal of content train never stops, guess what? You're getting all the one-off crew that no one gives a fuck about. Sorry, you're getting
that is a great theme for a mega. One-hit wonders. One-scene wonders. I would love that. That'd be great. Commander McDougal's, or the original engineers from the first season of TNG, all the background... The guy in the scant. Bring me that, like... Yeah. I would
You're
chuckle at that.
getting Nagilum because that doesn't even have likeness rights things because you're getting the dichronium cloud from Obsession. Fuck it, that doesn't require approval.
The ugly bags are mostly water lights.
Yeah, exactly. Get the water light. It's like no approval required, right? Guess what? That's your mega. You're getting the crystalline entity, and people would probably like that more because at least that's weird and strange, and you found an innovative way around it. Instead, we're over here wondering why can't you get the art for Picard approved?
Or Spock. Because
Fucking
Spock is this
Picard.
week's event reward. Like, where is it?
There are 20 variants of them. What's gone wrong?
Yes. Have they given him a huge bulge in his pants and they're worried that it might incite the viewers?
You know what it is. You know what it is.
All right,
This
sorry,
is going to be related.
I'm a little late, but pull up in chat while we're still talking about this.
This is gonna. Anyone who's watched Strange New Worlds, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because it's unavoidable. Maybe they got Spock's like sideburns wrong.
They were too short. They need to at least come down to like here. You know?
They need to make them comically stupid looking. That's the thing.
No,
That's
that's the card.
what's
It's
caused
just Spock sideburns. They just call it Bakupek.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is there any chance? Because I think they're calling him Lieutenant Commander Spock, right? The new version.
Yes.
Is there any chance spoiler alert? Is there any chance it's him without a uniform on? Because
Oh, I'd like that.
we have had a few shirtless guards before, and you know.
I also believe that's wrong. I don't think he's Lieutenant Commander.
He is, I think. Because he's
No,
not
he isn't.
He's not commander till TOS. I think even
Yeah,
in
so he should be Lieutenant.
TOS, he's Lieutenant Commander.
In TOS, he's Lieutenant Commander. He is not Lieutenant Commander now in Strange New Worlds. And they just said it. Well, because I'm pretty sure Lon has referred to him multiple times as Lieutenant. If you are Lieutenant Commander, they don't call you Lieutenant. That's wrong with exactly. Maybe that's it's so like WRG that I'm looking at multiple aspects of a card I haven't seen that doesn't have stats, and I'm like, what are the multiple ways that I could have messed this up?
Well, I tell you what. Yeah, let's go ahead. So we have 3 crew coming ostensibly. This week is going to be Lieutenant Commander Spock, the Gold, and we were told, if I can find the quote here, we're working on an event announcement as we had to make a change to the event and replace Lieutenant Junior Grade Picard with McDougal. So, yeah, we have from the Naked Now TNG Season 1, one of those ill-fated Season 1 backup engineers that they replaced, like spent deuterium couplings, you know? So that should be, I think, who did she chide? Shimoda or something?
Yeah,
these are not toys.
Yeah, these are control chips.
So a strong start to the Player's Choice Mega. We cut out Picard and add, replace an engineer.
Apparently, Namer says Spock got a promotion for Strange New Worlds, but he was lieutenant in Discovery. But he was promoted,
But Lance still calls him lieutenant.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he still has lieutenant stripes.
Yeah,
Lance the man.
Lan would call Pike bitch if she could get away with it. It's like, oh, bitch, raise the shields.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a citation for the Spock promotion thing. I feel like that's more likely that WRG just made a mistake there.
Chat, that is your job for this stream. By the end of the stream, we need to know the true rank of Spock in Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just have the name for those 3. I don't know.
So Spock is going to be pretty easy to guess. I imagine he's going to be command side dip of some variation.
Vulcan, exobiology, telepath,
astrophysicist, artist, musician.
He's going to be a tough retrieve as well, because there are quite a lot of Spocks increasing. And what can you do what trait can you give to differentiate the Strange New World Spock from any of the other plethora of them?
Well, if it's Spock. The one that Auto wants, you can give him casual.
All right, so prisoner, fugitive, science officer, Spock don't have musician. Those are the Discovery versions. So I'm guessing they're giving all the pre-TOS versions no musician until we actually see him play an instrument.
Well, I would imagine they'd have to give him a musician for episode 2 of mild spoilers of Strange New Worlds because he does know music theory. So
okay, well perhaps.
Yeah.
But they're bad about this. They're bad. I think
yes,
it's like
yeah.
some of the datas and the Picards are missing musician as well. And it's like some of them make sense, some of them don't.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it's still fun to speculate. So.
Yeah. I think I'm happy to get Strange New Worlds crew, and I'm just wondering if it's like maybe they bit off a bit more. I'm wondering if it's a case of either they bit off more than they can chew and they're just not ready for it, or CBS is just being really picky about it, or something
Why
else.
not
It's weird.
both, honestly?
Yeah.
Like, CBS can be picky and they've not got backups for if they can't get art approved at the nth hour. Like, why would you leave it this late? Anyway, sorry. That's
Okay,
gonna be like, what are you doing?
I know. I don't want to backtrack too much into negativity. Any guesses on McDougal? Probably going to be an Eng primary. Maybe some command for
Jerry Rigger.
Jury
tutting around.
kind of.
She's an engineer.
doesn't really-
Most engineers are jury riggers.
Yeah,
She
doesn't
didn't really do
anything,
much.
though.
She did manage to short out Wesley's repulsor field by because it was hooked into the main
Okay.
power, so possibly. It's not going to be particularly interesting. It's like command end something. Pick your pick your
For
poison.
Puffcast listeners, are you worried about the future of the game? 52% say yes, a little bit. 33% say no, you drama queens, and 14% say shields up, red alert. That was really bad. I'm sorry. All right, and then
Monster
sorry,
science.
one more about crew upcoming in the short term, presumably. Lieutenant Junior Grade Picard in the Signs Blues. Are they going to pull a Professor Data and release him later in like a 6-pack with super buffed stats?
I
Or
really hope not. Because that was a
I
point. That's
would
a
hope
huge
not.
point of contention to me.
Well, yeah, people weren't happy about that. I would also hate it because it's not thematically appropriate. Like, I feel like that Picard should be at most a purple, making him gold goes antithesis against the episode. Really, the point is that he's not extraordinary
We should be a fucking. No, why isn't it an uncommon? Just make it.
because they don't release uncommons all that often anymore.
No, whatever.
Guess what? You can release uncommon crew when you have time to release crew.
Yeah, good
period.
point. It's time to run the event. Yeah, good point.
We have no crew to release. Release an uncommon, sir. You're insane.
I think it was big also that brought up earlier, like, are we really holding up 2 events now because a Super Rares art got delayed? Like, is that the reason why we can't release anything?
Just put in Tam Elbrun again.
He is in there already.
No, and
He's
again,
a ranked
he's in the
reward.
daily, he's in the ranked. Why not have him in the threshold? Fuck it.
All-
You're getting more
all
Tam.
all
This
your
is the
Voyage
Tin Man
drops
Mega.
are Tam.
This is the Tin Man Mega. You're going to have Tam Elbrun in every event because there's nothing else from that episode to make it worth it. Player's choice.
You'll get Tam and you'll like it.
By the way, I mean, a little bit of a backtrack. Does it bother either of you? All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's go. How much does it bother you that Twyla Scott is not Tin Man, not exobiology, not astrophysicist? Like, setting aside she's going to get 4 weeks of bonus, theme-wise, 1 to 10, how much does that bother you?
If they had said this was a TNG Season 1 Mega, because it's looking like it, or it's looking like a TNG Mega, if they'd have put that in there rather than Tin Man Exobiologist, I've been happy. But yeah, putting Tin Man as the theme of it, and having Twyla Scott, not another version of Tam Elbrun, or maybe a version of, is it Deanna? I haven't watched Tin Man for a year, but he talks quite a lot to Deanna Troy in that episode.
That's quite important.
Is there
yeah.
Romulan in the episode as well? There's a Romulan commander.
Like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
like 2 seconds.
that'll do. That would do.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it bother you that Twyla Scott is not anywhere related to the theme?
About an 8.
The recurring.
On her own, it's like a 4 out of 10 because like you always have to get your command dipsec. This is not related to the theme crew. It happens in every mega, and it always kind of sucks. But how much it sucks varies. In combination with the Soto, who also is not. Guess what? He's bonus crew for the skirmish. Thanks. Not valid for the rest of the mega.
So on a
That really
scale
bothers
of
me.
1 to 10, how much does Twyla Scott bother you?
8.
Hey.
Really? Both of you
Hey,
guys, it really bothers you.
In combination with the Soto, if it was just Twyla Scott, it'd be like a 5. I'd be like, it annoys me, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But in combination with 2 of them, like really?
Conspiracy
It's
Mega.
not like
That
it's a
would
hard-
make more sense.
You could do that.
But it's not.
You could get Walker Keel, you could get that Bolian, you could get that Chakotay's dad as the Vulcan Admiral. You get there's tons of like, crew you could get from that.
Just
They'd probably
remember-
all be some variation of Commander Sec, but you know.
Just remember, you voted for this. This was your choice.
Yeah, I voted for
No,
it.
don't.
This is
Are you
your
seriously
fault.
going to put Don't even. Like, can you imagine putting this series of failures at the players' feet? I mean, I could see them being a little snarky and putting out something related to that, kind of like they did for Bandgate. But all right, let's move on to an even more negative topic and check in on the string
you're
of
steering the
objective
conversation
events.
this week. Yeah, see, like you're a natural host. I don't know why you don't do this every week, and I could just chill back and drink. Anyway, yeah, sorry, go on. See, I'm talking over you now.
Our vaunted host.
No, please carry on. Don't let me stop you.
Are you sure?
Nah.
Well, no, I just, I wanted to cleanse the palate a little bit. Let's talk about these objective events because we're on week 2 in a row now.
Okay.
Of the Unleashed.
Okay. Do you know what?
I'm gonna pull. You're gonna segue.
I am. No, I'm not going to segue. I'm going to actually be supportive of this decision. This is better. This is a better choice than running the previous objective events where you have to immortalize someone, you have to bloody fuse people up, you have to save up crew, you have to take up crew slots. Running this, okay, the arena battles, you're going to be tanking for the rest of the game. Gauntlet is tough. Gauntlet is another subject which we'll get onto. Imagine got more to say about that, but that is a tougher proposition for people who don't have the better Gauntlet crew. But a few Gauntlet rounds, a few tank shuttles, get a citation, get some crons, get a premium pack. I'm much happier than when they first ran it. I'm actually a lot more... I know when this first ran, Ben gave me shit for dissing on it so much, but I am more supportive of this objective event running every week than I am the previous iteration, because it feels more worth the effort I'm putting in.
The fact that I know that it's because they can't fix the other events is like kind of souring me on it. It's just like... That implies to me that whatever is going on in their offices that is paralyzing all their other processes is so bad that they literally can't take the time to fix whatever it is that went wrong with the objective events. Yeah. So I'm not going to complain about it because, as you say, the rewards are good, but it is just a little bit worrying that that's how backed up they are. Like at this point, like stuff like a trait audit or anything else like that, or getting the Voyage bug fixed seems like an absolute luxury. If we could just get some crew out, that'd be great.
All right, pull up in chat. My main gripe with this, which I mentioned earlier. So we've been getting 65% gauntlets for the exclusive crew out the wazoo, and I'm in right now with Baylock. I have 2 Baylocks in my lineup.
In your trousers.
All right, I have 2 Baylocks in my lineup at 65%, and they win literally every command matchup possible, basically. Even their like dip secondary wins some random matches because crit is stupid. And you're gonna back me up on this, Stars. I burned more merits in these 2 days than I have for anything else, and I'm thinking, I'm a connoisseur of tank shuttles. I'm thinking I could turn these merits into about 10,000 chronotons instead of what I'm using this to try to get like a purple side or something, which I don't even use. So in general, I kind of like them. The rewards are better than usual. Like our buddy Big said, if you want to drop 400 crons and get a 10x premium pack, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
But this gauntlet with the exclusive, man, if you're in that track, it's like, it's pain. It's not, it's the antithesis of fun. It's like, I don't ever want to play Gauntlet again.
Just really non and off saying in chat, if game wants to take care of the newer players, they're going the wrong way, because I wouldn't want to be a new player going to Gauntlet now. I mean, it was tough enough when I first started and I go, yay, I'm lucky, I got an Armus, and like, but nowadays, it's just, you can be lucky to get a 3 streak.
I think at this point, I know that they don't want to do it because of like fracturing player base or whatever, but you really need to just have is your account older than a year, get separated into a different gauntlet. I'm sorry, it's just not fucking fair.
Just have a beginner's gauntlet where the rewards are probably like the first 3 crew, like Armus, Caretaker, and Guinan, or maybe Locutus as well, and then just say anyone after that wants to win the new ones has to be in the advanced queue, and do it that way.
So Ben has popped in a couple months back, and he asked the chat, he wanted me to pull it. What do you guys like if we worked on a Voyage, new event type based around Voyages or Gauntlet? And I think most people said Voyages, but dude, if you've faced Walls of Baylock or Triple Koloth and Korax yet, and can you imagine doing that kind of thing, like in an event to actually win new crew with the crits decimating you? Oh god.
I counted it. I had a streak of 7 Walls of Baylock in a row. 7 of them. I started off this objective event with 4,000 merits because I always keep a ceiling of 4,000. Anytime I hit above that, I do a merit pool because I sometimes get lucky with a gold and I like doing it. I have hit this morning. I hit 300. That is how many times I've refresh, and then it's like, oh, my guy didn't die to a 65% dip med. It's like, that's how ridiculous this is. You know what? If we're talking about Gauntlet, maybe we need to retire the percentage thing because the percentage thing is such a bitch. What if you could have? It's like instead of percentage based, it's 25% turns into 1 crit, 45% turns into 2, 65 turns into 3, and you just get to pick a roll after it's rolled, and you get to double it.
Interesting.
Or it automatically picks your 3 highest rolls and applies it, right? At least then it's not as fucked up as, hey, my Baylock, he rolled 1 crit. The other one rolled all 6. Because that just feels bad, man. No one enjoys that. No one gets any satisfaction out of that.
So yeah, here's
it just
the thing:
sucks.
with all these ridiculous walls of ridiculous 65% is the Baylock and Triple Korax and Koloth are getting. Like a lot of people are now, instead of fusing them, are keeping dupes. You're going to get like 2 to 3 dupes if they're lucky, and which is only going to increase the walls. If they make them stronger, like I don't mind making Gauntlet crew good for certain skills or certain sets, but it's too prolific. It's the wrong kind of traits, and because these are set in stone trait sets, it's harder to manage. It's very unbalanced.
So when you play Gauntlet, you win merits, and then you can use them to refresh, right?
Yeah.
What if they changed Voyages so that 65% of the time the skill check was on a non-featured skill? And if you wanted to re-roll which skill it picked, you had to pay chronotons to do that. Would that be the worst change the game has ever seen by like 1 million times? Because that's literally what the Gauntlet is right now.
Yeah.
That's it's.
You know what it is? It's a case of Gauntlet is one of the systems of the game that gets the least amount of attention. The only things that they have done to improve Gauntlet in the past, 5 years since it was introduced, is give you the ability to win old legendaries and occasionally drop in a new crew and a few new 65% sets for those crew.
4x speed, you can speed it up now.
But that makes Gauntlet worse, not better, though. Do you think 65% Baylock Gauntlets makes the experience richer overall?
Yes, stars.
I think it makes it way worse. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that that's all made it worse.
Okay.
And that, I
was
saying that
all making it better. All right.
No, I'm saying that like all these things are grafted onto an old system that maybe was fun to play back in the day, but it is so. All these crew have been power crept into a long support set, with the reward table being as stingy as it is, with like streaks being as hard to maintain as they are. Crew being as like we don't even know what the drop rate of a crew is. Like people have been guessing, but it's like if they want to make Gauntlet a part of a regular event that drops such good rewards, maybe put some fucking time into Gauntlet and add in 20 different trait sets for non-exclusive crew. Maybe think about taking out some of the 65% sets because they're painful for everybody that doesn't have that crew. How about you spend a day's work on it? How about that? Instead of just, here's a new crew, boop.
For podcast listeners, how are you enjoying the Unleashed objective events? 48% say the great rewards, I love it. 38% say more variety with the event types, please. 10% say it's a little hard, less RNG, please. And 5%, it wasn't me, I should have voted too. 65% Baylock Gauntlets, and winning 45 rounds is a bitch.
That was me.
Okay, thank you. In chat, Big Middle Archie says Gauntlet was never fun. And Ran Aaron says Gauntlet was always broken. Well, personal opinion. I actually enjoy the Gauntlet for a long time. Exclusive walls, which are kind of like the biggest issue. Back when it was Locutus, he had a 65% set. It was Eng featured, and he had like 1, I think.
Yeah.
So even if it did hit, you wouldn't see dip very often. There's a lot of Eng focuses. Even when Armus came out, he had 165% Gauntlet. It was the engineering one. And I think if you ask around, people say, no, I don't keep a dupe because, if it's Eng feature, I don't get Psy coming up quite as often. I can't use both of them before my other crew fatigue. Now Baylock, TKK, 5 different 65%, 5 different 45%. It's smothering everything. A lot of them match the skill too, so you're going to see them on every roll. You're going to be expected to burn merits, hundreds, thousands of them, to just escape the walls. It's like, back in the day, okay, coin flipping was always irritating, but you can't tell me back in the day it wasn't much smoother to actually like play it and not like avoid it by just spamming merits, which is kind of what it's become.
I think it was when you pointed out to me that they had added a tribbled trait into a trait set, which means they exclusively did it just for tribbled Korath and Korax or whatever. And it's like, do you really have to do that? Can you not just add ones that are... The generic ones are arguably some of my favorites. Like, what is it? The Starfleet costumed physician one? I actually kind of enjoy that one because there's a lot of varieties in there. There's a lot of Starfleet physicians who you can... I could throw in Mycelio Culber in there and have a bit of fun. I could throw in... Like just the generic ones. Yeah, he is a fun guy. There you go. And there was one, I think it might actually have been one of the Baylock ones, but it was featuring Bem with a 45%. And Bem with a 45% can actually like do some stuff against Red Angel and like do a bit of stuff. And it's like, at least if there's a little bit of variability and I can go at it sideways, I can hit them on a secondary roll, it's at least bearable. But when it is nothing but command and then Baylock walls or sec and triple walls, it fucking sucks, man.
I have a fondness for Gauntlet crew that aren't the exclusives that have good 45%, like, you know, assimilated Forge, like Bem, Fury Cares occasionally. Like, I want to use them more, like, because BigBook.app has a wonderful Gauntlet page, but my depression with it is I always see the same people at the top of that. You know, they get that S+ tier or this tier. It's great, but it's just like, I want to use some other crew once in a while. I want to bring out my all those other crew. I can't think of right now.
Well, I remember when Prophet Kira dropped, and it was like, oh look, someone for that Bajoran gauntlet, and I don't think I've seen that gauntlet since because it's nothing but 65% for these exclusive crew.
I got a star on her for that same reason. I thought, brilliant. There's someone for that bit of rare exclusivity. I can run a weird sort of setup, but it's just not feasible.
And it's like now in the future, I'm like, well, what's the point in me going for a crew that has Gauntlet ability like ED Super Card when I know that the next time a Gauntlet exclusive drops, they're going to get all this attention and care lavished on them.
Yeah, and
it hurts them in the long term.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I know my little conversation and the game apparently has passed me by, but yeah, the tribbled trait, go look up, go to BigBook.app, go to the Gauntlet tab, type in tribbled. It'll sort all the crew by total proficiency. You can see their rolls. How many of those crew would you even bring at 45%? Maybe Arn Darvin. The vaunted Arn Darvin and like no one else. It's like you're not doing them any favors by that trait is so obviously those multiple sets added. Those so obviously just to boost one single crew and screw over everyone else. Apparently they're raking in big dilithium with those 30 dill crew revives, or the streak refreshes, or however you spend dill and Gauntlet, I have no clue. So
they aren't getting out of me. I'll tell you that for fucking free.
No, I did it once to get the number 1 achievement, and that was it. I didn't even have to spend that much. I think I just refreshed everyone like once or twice, and that was it. So do we think
this
boss
is
battles
don't get my
hopes
hopes up?
Is boss battles going to be worth all this?
Yeah, I bold of you to assume it'll ever release. How am I meant to have faith that it'll work?
No, I'm look. What Ben came and showed us, the demo from I almost said PAX East from Star Trek Chicago it was cool. It was more than I was expecting. Even though the actual boss battle stuff is kind of like reskinned arena, but we'll see. I think they did a really excellent job, 9.9 out of 10 with crew retrieval and the Celestial Marketplace.
Yeah.
And when you get to the end game, maybe for me, ISM means nothing, but I've heard a lot of people also say that they struggle to get enough in Pulsar, so I think they balanced that correctly as well. They did actually a really, really great job with that. And based on the back of that, I'm going to give them lots of leash with this particular upcoming feature, because I think they nailed the last one. I'm hoping they nailed the next one.
I hope so. But it's just the common complaint that this is, these missed targets, these art approval issues, these cajoling of misnamed assets that can't go in properly for small little details, for planning issues, when you know you've got a big...
Optimism, Captain!
Thank you, Craigie. When you've got a feature coming up, surely you plan ahead of that. You think, we're going to be busy in May and June. That's all I gotta say. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Like, I'm gonna just straight up say it. Like, for the audience, I wanted to play Star Trek Legacy today. I was like, I don't want to complain for 2 hours. I was like, can we play Star Trek Legacy? I was like, I can have fun with that. That's a game I know, but like,
We've
this
only
is like, I
complained
just feel
for
bad.
1 hour, and I think most of that's done now. So,
Yeah.
but we do have a couple other things on the docket, which I just lovingly updated for you, so you can consult.
I've just seen that. So shall we talk about the Tuesday this week? Because why not? Because since you boldened it to move us on in the conversation.
Which, by the way, from the horse's mouth, Shen says, the stats currently live are not final and will see a boost. Likewise, the apostrophe will be corrected to be consistent with other apostrophes.
Yeah, so for context here, this is a problem that has cropped up multiple times before. Crew that have a apostrophe in their name, like DePaul or various Vulcan names, sometimes it's not consistent, and that's why it's a little annoying. They will be I think it's a Unicode apostrophe, aka they've been done on a different keyboard or a different input method.
On an iPad,
and that and then it fucks up your vault search. All of your ability to search a crew goes nuts. And it can't find these crew, even though it looks like it should be correct. And it drives Neyman nuts, because he has to fix that manually in Big Book. He's doing
Data Core too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's small stuff like that where it's like, guys, I know that like it's more convenient to do things on your iPad, but there's a reason why we have consistent input methods. Can you please use them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I just put anything I want on the hyper-end stat sheets and let everyone else
true. Sometimes, like, yeah, you'll just put random words in there. I'm like, what?
Sorry, Cyrus Roadblock.
Okay, that's a stroke of genius, by the way. That shall live in infamy forever.
I have an ad hoc quiz for you for Meditative Poll. How long do you think this art has been in the game's asset files for? What date would you say, off the top of your head, no checking, how long would you say this has been in the game files for?
Long enough to have triggered them to buff her stats, even though they didn't bother to do it before releasing her.
I'd say, a year and a half? I think that's roughly when Meditative Tucker came out?
Yeah, the 3-star, right?
Yeah. Can't remember when that was, but I think it was when I wasn't playing the game, actually.
August 2020 is how old this particular piece of art was, which is, you're
well,
right, it's around the same time as
almost
Tucker.
2 years.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the case of, I mean, Botanist Sulu was even older than that. That's been in for so long. So yeah, this is a case of like, we need some crew out. Let's reuse the old art, which is fine. This is good art. I really like this. It's really nice, really evocative. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a fusion crew at some point, but.
T'Pol teaches Trip various neuropressure techniques to help with his stress and insomnia.
Ba-bow.
I know you're giving the babao, but it's like, this is honestly, the Trip and T'Pol romance is one of my favorite romances of all Star Trek.
Yeah, it's good.
I have a lot of affection for it.
Okay, so a couple thoughts. Let's be positive for a second. I'm a big sucker for props in art, so I like the art. Also, this stood out to me with DeSoto, which might be my favorite part of him now. The hands. We need the trigger from Janeway saying he does the hands very well, because
Find out it is not.
look at some of the old ones, and they look like blurry Simpsons. Like you get 4 fingers if you're lucky, but the hands lately have been really good. I just picked up on that, so I like the art. This is good art.
Yeah, and it's nice to get a 6-pack crew that isn't on Command Dipsec, like Mark Jameson was the one, and like we've had a few others. And this is like a relatively uncommon skill set for T'Pol. It's like the second version of her with Med, I believe, after Twilight. So it's a bit more unique. Vulcans with Med, not too common. I think it's Seeking Spock and a few others, maybe. So usable. Like T'Pol is one of the few event names from Enterprise you would actually use a 4-star. One of the few ones, like, it's not like you want to be collecting Trip Tucker 4 stars, unfortunately.
Yeah, they have done better with Archer, but for the longest time, no Billy Joel song here. It's been T'Pol, so.
Yeah. Just one collection. Yeah, well, that's because the traits are actually accurate. I can't think of much more to add on here. Yeah.
I could see more T'Pols. I could see definitely variants of T'Pol coming in events in the future. Like,
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah, this is all Vulcan traits or things like that. This is, yeah, I'm happy with this. I don't know why.
She's got enough viable traits. Shan really caught on to the idea of casual when we're talking about possible megas. And if we're looking at smaller traits, like Ben said, for new collections, casual is small enough, counselor is small enough. And then if they maybe go a little bit off the beaten track, romantic and telepath are still thematically easy enough to throw in there. So I'm sure she'll get more. Everyone will get more collections over time.
Yeah,
And if you are inclined to dive into a 6-pack for a 4-star crew, you have a chance for a relatively decent selection of crew, including Sanctuary Booker, who is not a crew you would otherwise want to collect through retrieval, or he's like he falls in that Trial of Scott kind of area of usability. But he has a decent little like collection of traits. He's usable in Voyages, and Ghostfucker Crusher. Everyone loves her, even though she's not quite as good as our version of Nana Visitor. And you also have Confidant Culber, who I believe a lot of people were quite upset to miss in a 6-pack. So,
don't you mean Confident Culber as he appears in the Hyper timeline sheet?
Is he still that? Never mind.
Confidant.
No, we had to fix it.
I mean, Confidant Cornwell, obviously.
Oh yes.
Yes. So, if you want to take a 6-pack pull, like you could do a lot
CBS,
worse.
Making him Cornwell.
I think the other purples aren't too bad. I think it's Kaminar Saru and Hippie Kira, who, if you didn't finish her off, then
Saru, what's
it's a
that
decent
familiar?
chance.
Auto.
What?
Kaminar Saru. Was that not who you... Do you remember when you did a random retrieval?
I got
Serana.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry, I get my Kelpians confused.
You're a fake Timelines Talks fan.
I'm a fake Kelpians. Yeah. Excuse me.
Don't pull 6-packs. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, there's T'Pol, and she's here now.
Okay, an informal poll for you guys, because sometimes we whinge just a little bit when 6-pack crew get included in more acquirable ways because, hey, I spent my hard-earned dill. How do you feel about going from 6-pack to 6-pack? That's something they did with Gary 7. I think he was in 3 6-packs before he hit the portal. So Confidant Culber, who's a nice Voyager, you can't feel too sad if you got him before because he's in another 6-pack with pretty low odds. Is that all right with you, or would you prefer they keep him exclusive?
I think you've still got
the
same odds of getting him in that 6-pack as you would the first. Because if they stick with the 3 golds, 3 purples, it's still about the same.
I mean, speaking from personal experience, I got lucky on that first Culber pick because I love Culber. He's one of my favorite Discovery characters. I finished him with citations from the honor sale, I believe it was, and if someone gets him in this second 6-pack, good, well done. I'm happy for you. I'm not too upset about it. Like, it's not like he's a Gauntlet crew, so it's not like he's going to. It's a Voyage crew, really, more than anything else, and perhaps a bit of event. It doesn't impact on my fun if other people got that crew, and it means that if you're one of those players who doesn't constantly stock up on dill, if you only go through the occasional LTO or campaign and you ran out before and now you have another stock again, having another shot, it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it.
Cool.
Yeah. And now you talk.
Can I moan about something else?
Dude, I spent all day in Europa Park having fun and rotting my teeth away with candy.
All right, fuck it. Let's do a beholder meter.
And then I come back to be... Well, hold on. Before we do that, before we end out the evening with beholder meters and games, one other topic I want to cover. Actually, I want you to cover, because it does affect a lot of our viewers. The Destination Star Trek London fiasco.
So,
yeah.
For those that weren't aware, a few of us, myself, Cranky, Low Cost Monkey, a few others as well, Seven, and various people, we'd all booked hotels, trains, tickets to Star Trek Destination London. We were going to have a little Timelines Talks meet-up. Stars, we were going to meet up with you as well, weren't we? And
dude, Crank is coming all the way from Australia for that. That's commitment. Our community is the best.
So, yeah, and the event's been cancelled. So that was already a bit of a... Oh, fuck, right. events do get cancelled, things happen, but it's all been a bit of a palaver. We're still going to London, by the way. None of us are cancelled our hotels, but we're still going to have a little meet up, maybe go to some museums and stuff. So why that? It got cancelled, and apparently they're blaming CBS because CBS only wanted to run one convention. They had one in London, one in Germany, and they want to run one in Germany this year. So UK fans, as always, getting shafted.
Deutschland über alles.
Indeed, yeah. So UK fans getting shafted, as always, on the Star Trek front of things, because we're only getting Strange New Worlds on Paramount Plus this month, and still going to be 3 episodes behind by the time it opens.
Did you watch it, Stars and Idol?
Yeah, shut up. And not just that, they are being really funny about refunds. I was lucky. As soon as I heard it was cancelled, I went, refund, 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 shouted to the stars and emailed everyone. I was lucky I got it. But apparently they're not refunding people. And they're, in fact, offering tickets to the London Comic-Con convention in July. A completely different event. A completely different scenario, which actually has more Trek actors in it as well than the original one. So it makes me wonder what's happened there. But they're giving everyone tickets to that. They're even saying to some people who demand a refund, no, we were not going to give you your money back for 2 years when the tickets expire. And also they say, well, you can have a free ticket to anything else. A lot of people are like, no, we'd booked hotels. Like, I heard stories of people spending £2,000 on like hotels and things like that, and train tickets and everything, only for it to be cancelled, and they can't get anything out of it. They can't get their tickets back. They can't get refunds on anything. Like, some hotels are, I mean, mine's cancelable up to a month, so I was happy, but we were still going. But a lot of other people saying, yeah, I've got non-refund of anything, and they're just not getting anything for it back. And I know a lot of people doing chargebacks on credit cards, so it's just a little bit like CBS seems to be turning around and doing a lot of things, but I've got a strange, funny feeling that it's the event company that are messing people around, because why wouldn't you just offer refunds? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So that's that bit of drama, and it's a real piss take, because there's going to be my first Star Trek convention. It's going to be my first ever Star Trek convention. I was really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to meeting some of the guys, which, again, we're still doing. So I'm looking forward to that. But, god damn it.
Do you guys have a date in mind that you might get together or record a hello for the Timelines Talks community or something like that?
I think that was probably going to be then. I think that was going to be... it's the first.
You guys are still meeting up, right?
Yeah. This is the 1st and 2nd of October. I think I'm going up on the 1st, coming back on the 2nd. So it'll be the 1st of October. So yeah, we'll do that. Definitely. But
I will make the time.
But it's really annoying because Robert Picardo was going this year, and I wanted to show him the amazing video that Cranky had done to say, he'd rescued a cameo, and I wanted to tell him how much money we raised with help of his video that he did for us, which is now part of our intro. And I'm really gutted that I can't do that at that time, because I can't make the July Comic-Con. Like, it's too soon. It's like next month. Like, I've got shit planned. I've got work commitments and things like that. So, but they will. That's yeah. I was really.
They
sad.
know how to. They can take the reservation. They don't know how to hold the reservation.
Yeah.
For our science.
Just keep on fumbling it, butterfingers.
So yes, Walt comes up with a point as well, because he was going to get people have paid package like a certain amount, £95 for a photo with Shatner, he quotes, and they're not getting that money back either. Like, what a piss take. I mean, yes, you can pay me £95 for a photo. I'll happily take that off.
Don't be them. Don't do that. That's bad.
No. I've already said I'm going to buy a round for everyone while we're up there. So
there we go. That's more like
a round of applause.
Okay. You set him up, I'll knock him down.
Jägermeisters, clearly. Cinderhall.
Great Valiant.
This is good. Stick to Star Trek cruisers. You may even die at sea doing what you love.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Nihilistic. Idle. There is some art available on the forums if people want to see what McDougal looks like.
I don't want to talk about the game. Come on.
Let me work my forum magic.
I wonder how many cruises.
Oh, here we go, McDougal arc. There we go. I worked it out. There we go.
I wonder how many cruises Brent Spiner's been on where he's sung for everyone. I feel like it's got to be. I don't know. Double.
I think it's,
by now.
Yeah, you can't stop him. Remember, we did the insurrection commentary, and he just refused to stop.
Brento,
yeah.
Anyway, there's McDougal. She's on the screen now.
Good art.
Where'd you get this?
It's up on the forums. Yeah.
Oh, you pulled it from the the event poster. Wow.
Yeah, apparently, I'm really good at cropping.
Your editing skills are legendary.
They're so
that.
good. Look, I've even cropped it for the proper portrait and everything.
Oh, excellent.
It's really nice, honestly.
It's
Like, the
good
shadowing
art.
is
It's
great
good
on her
art.
face. Like she's got that prop. You could do a fun bridge photo of her and Shelby because she's got the poker card. She's got the isolinear chip. It's like do something fun with
I like
that.
the isolinear chip. That's a nice nod to the episode. It's not just sort of her standing in the
Yeah.
conference room or whatever. No, this is quite good.
And we do
Yeah,
see
it's good.
Gum. We do see Gum too in the background. Not that that is necessarily representative.
Yeah, she was there.
All
She was
right.
actually there in Tin Man. She'd been demoted from chief engineer.
We need to think of something embarrassing to do if Gum 2 is released and he doesn't only fire phasers in Arena. Like, if they actually give him, like, the big wave attack that he does in game, what can we do? What can we eat? What can we do something embarrassing if WRG can actually pull it off? Because
I'll pull a
there's got to be
six-pack.
there's got to be like a 1% chance, right? Not even?
That's embarrassing.
I could
All right,
cite.
you
I
have
could
to
cite someone. I
solve-
tell you what, I could cite someone.
Okay. You have to thaw Braxton forever.
No,
Dude, if
don't
Gom
make
2
me
comes
do
out with a
this.
wave attack instead of phasers, you have to... You have
You
to
know, fine, I'll make that agreement because it ain't gonna happen.
all right.
I will cite. Who's the worst crew I can cite?
Vargas.
I will cite my Vargas. Yes, I will cite my Vargas from 2 stars to 5 stars if they've gone to
There you go.
the big wave attack. Because like
Oh,
you, I don't believe that's going to happen either.
Exactly.
He's going to fire phasers and photon torpedoes. Are you going to destroy him? There'll be a crappy mesh, and it'll break up into mini triangles. And underneath, like, the thing that annoys me at the moment is my Captain Proton ship. Whenever someone blows me up as a Captain Proton ship, the Defiant mesh flies off. Because they've used that as the underlay of it, and I'm just like, oh, come on! That's like the damage model is the Defiant. Like, for fuck's sake.
Well, okay,
It
so
should have been a
McDougal's
boss
art is
battle.
good.
It should have been a boss battle thing. Anyway, no. Yes, Medoodle looks great. Really good art.
McDoodle?
Medoodle. Double.
Okay, let's do some Beholdometer.
Hey! Nice, speaking my language.
Let's look at some crew that are in the game.
Now that I'm driving the show.
The very last crew in the game you'll ever need. Alright, someone give me a noise.
Stars,
stop.
you're back with the tricorder.
That's
Come
true,
on.
yeah.
It's not got any batteries in it.
How long have you had to get some batteries?
What could you possibly be doing with your life more important than
Alright,
getting
let
battered?
me see if it lights up. Let's see what the noise sounds like. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not coming out properly. That's really unhealthy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that'll
not
do.
strong enough to activate your mic.
Okay.
One thing.
0 stars in all of these. Dareth, Dr. Van Gogh, or Dr. Richard Daystrom. All doctors. Technically.
It's a slam dunk. Come on.
Yeah,
Garrett.
Daystrom.
He's got 45% Gauntlet, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's not got the great roles. It's Van Gogh. Van Gogh is fucking great, honestly. He's got some good traits. He's like got a great skill set. I love the art. It's nice to get a prop. The hair is hilarious.
This is
He
just like
voyaged me for
Garrett.
ages.
Look, I'm going to call Olay and tell him to cancel your back orders of lotion. If you pick Gareth in this Behold.
Go for Durst's face.
That's the wrong Vidian.
Oh, that's true, yes.
Yeah, that's how
Sorry.
you know Go Bolts is a true Timelines Talks fan. So I wrote this is, if you have a minute later, go read Dr. Van Gogh's big book note. I had so much fun with that one. And I patterned it off of, they used to do these old Bud Light promos on TV where they did like a cheesy like 80s power ballad ripoff of some of these. And so one of them was Mr. Really Bad Toupee Wearer. It's like, it's made of space-age fiber to repel anything, rain, sleet, snow, and especially young women. And I think about, Doc for that one. So
Brilliant.
that's, anyways.
All right, let's spin it. Someone give me a noise.
I provided mine.
Oh my word, this is going to be a decisive one. 4 stars on Chuffed Captain. 1 star on Dreamwalker Chakotay. 0 stars on Wrathful Khan.
All right, so you airlock Chakotay to make space, and then you take Khan for collections. That's the
Wow, that's you saying that. Khan might be my choice here. for probably the same reasons. A Chuffed is fine, but yeah, he doesn't do a lot.
I go Chuffed. I like finishing crew. That's my.
All right, so here's my argument. Khan, if you go into datacore.app, check out Khan's retrieval options. They're all expensive. You need either a skill pull or a legendary pull. But he has so many great traits that he's in like 5 collections with room for more. The reason he's hard to retrieve is because the 3-star crew, I think, shares all the same traits, the 3-star Khan variant. So he's really good for collections. But yeah, in terms of actual game usage, Chuffed is still a Voyager. The Hunter trait is very valuable, and he's in a couple collections, or I think at least animated with some nice traits himself. So I think either one.
And then there's Chakotay.
Yeah, fuckboy Chakotay. Just pathetic, dude.
Anyway, let's spin it again.
All right, your turn, Idle.
Now your turn.
Ooh, interesting. 2 stars on Professor Data. 0 stars on sheer fucking hubris Clancy. Or 0 stars on Temporal Prisoner Chakotay.
This is dunk on Chakotay beholder meters. This is hilarious.
I mean, most beholders of Chakotay are. What up?
I would take Chakotay over Clancy because she has like investigator and brutal, and that's it. And Chakotay has like 5 good traits. So I think
he's like displaced and marksman and stuff like that. Yeah. He's really useful at Space Mega. Yeah.
It's gonna be.
But it's Data. If you don't pick Data, then what are you doing?
You could have 4 stars on both of the other ones, and 1 or none on Data, and it's still Data.
It's still Data.
Yeah. On Data.
Data. Right, okay. Let's all do the noise together. Okay, ready? We'll all come up with whatever noise we can. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. No,
I'm every woman. It's all in me.
Okay. 0 stars on Tempted Data. 0 stars on Dahar Master. No, which one's this? Kang. And 0 stars on Awaiting Amanda Grayson.
Nope, that's not Awaiting. That's Graduation.
Oh, that is Graduation. Sorry, yes, I'm getting my Amandas confused.
Does it matter?
Not really, because it's Kang.
Yes, because Awaiting Amanda Grayson is.
Don't say Amanda.
Cute.
Don't say Amanda. It's Kang.
This is I'm citing my Command IPSec Mega folks if they say Amanda. Yeah. I'm gonna disown all of you.
Data.
Although the other two are
the art is great. Androids, you need androids. I know he's old, but
Kang is Klingon, diplomat. He's a couple of other things as well. I can't recall right now. I cited him for his plethora of collections.
Cultural figure, Klingon, veteran, diplomat. So he's in 4-step boosting collections. Yeah.
Well, there are 200 crew that are in 2 more 4 collections or more.
4 collections.
Love you guys. This is a pure affection pick for me. I know that Kang is probably the correct choice, but I like Data more.
I mean, hold on. Let me look at Amanda's stats because it's been a while since I've.
She is Command IPSec number 110. How is that possible? She's Voyage 120. You know why.
She's Command IPSec number 27. Yeah.
Not far off.
I think so. All right, think about it this way: you're not getting her 4 or 5. You don't have to add. You have to add more than the last star to get what you're getting on her right now. We're getting Twyla Scott for. Twyla Scott is like already better than what Amanda was. Keep in mind this: you have to add 5 stars for Amanda to be decent. Like, you're not going to Voyage with a Command IPSec crew ranked in the hundreds at 3 stars, are you? Not unless you're like brand new.
Not really, no. No, not usually. Maybe we're talking from our ivory tower there, though.
But on the other hand, she was in 24. So,
that's a good point. Mia Kirshner, yeah.
Which is also why I want the newborn queen from Picard, even if she's trash.
She almost killed David Palmer. That's where the sec comes from.
There you go. Well, yeah. If they were that clever, I would give them credit for that. But I don't think they are. So let's spin it again, and we will go silent for this one. Okay.
That was disconcerting, I'll be honest.
Never dies. 0 stars on Happy Smiley Beloved Anorak. 0 stars on Very Stylish Commander Kira. 3 stars on, I think it's Commander Demos?
Demos, yes.
The one with the weird fingers.
With fingers, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, it's Mr. Noodle's cousin, Mr. Tickle, says Cranky.
Oh my word.
Dude, we're going to have to take Command Obsec, aren't we?
Unfortunately. Well, the 2 of the options are Command Dipsec here, and the third one is creepy.
Xanarex.
I don't like... Hey, why does it say that we've got weird bug-eyed alien Demos, but it's like, I look at Anorex and I'm like, ugh, get away from me.
He's not the strangest one in this behold. I gotta take Kira. As an affection pick, that uniform is amazing. We've spoken about it before. That's top tier art.
So, beloved Anorex, who's beloved and blows off a day of work to go hang out with his wife, who he loves. Not romantic.
But I think
regular
the 5-star variant is, yeah.
Yeah, regular
talking about
Anorex
Demos?
who destroys trillions of lives,
Hey,
altering the future. Very romantic individual.
I mean, Demos has those fingers, like, you can, that's pretty romantic. You can...
Oh, hang on a minute.
No.
Hang on a minute. Apparently, there's been an update. You now get more honour from dismissing crew now. Genos with the update in the chat. 63 from a green. But I'm assuming he's going to finish that sentence.
What?
Okay,
Hang on a
let me
minute,
see stuff in Discord. The Vault updated new crew.
Let's have a look. Announcements.
Okay.
No.
You know how I said that they hadn't broken the game in a new and interesting way? This is a new one.
So there's nothing on the
I
forums.
just airlocked all my
naturally.
goals yesterday. Someone airlocked goals to verify. Where are you seeing this, Genos? Please.
Are we being
It's in our
trolled?
crew chat, actually.
I'm
It's in
gonna
the general chat, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna demod you if you're trolling us, Genos.
Well, no, it's posted by this Cisco. He's posted a collaborating thing.
Find out
Right,
how much
I'm
it is
gonna
to, how
ban
much
both
is
of
it to
you.
airlock a gold or a super rare, because honestly that's all that matters.
Oh, so big book channel Enterprise Pike. Oh, another Command Obsec better than Trilus Scott. No way.
Crazy.
Oh, here we go.
But Spock and McDougal. So we have stats. Well, let's swing. I'm gonna turn this
hang on.
car around. Turn this show around, and we're gonna do all the.
Right, let me generate some stats. Hang on. Give me
Still
a few minutes.
I'm going to see if it's live. Let me see if it's live in the game.
Yeah,
And I'll see if I can corroborate our breaking news story.
We have a new
beep,
number
beep,
one
beep, beep.
Voyager
a number
in
one and number
Spock.
2, I think.
and a
for
number
this.
2 Voyager in Pike.
What? What's the skills?
He says he's adding Demo Man Scotty. What is going on? Why do you guys wait until 11 p.m. in Europe to do this?
They are not live in game just yet.
Oh, big book.
Well,
with the update.
they're in the big book. That's
Yeah.
good enough for me. No,
Which means they're in game.
it
Which means
does-
they're in the back end of the
No,
game.
no. Check the vault.
The vault? Okay, let's see.
And even that doesn't always proliferate for everyone at the same time. But
Right, let me get my ad in here.
yeah, I
Oh,
see.
yeah. Oh, yeah, Pike is there.
With the missing art, of course.
Yeah, Pike is also... Oh, Pike does have art, actually. He's got a silhouette.
Okay.
Oh, tap the art, yeah. Well, tap the art, because I'll bring him up.
Let's see.
No.
Oh, hey. Yeah, no, he is.
Okay, right,
yeah,
give me 2 minutes.
okay,
I'm going to do my scans.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Hello,
So also, you might like this flavor text. I'll take it off your hands for this one.
Oh, it's
Pike
just for
presumes-
limited. I'm sorry, for a limited time, Airlock Extravaganza, you get 25% more honor. So
Why
it's like they're
limited?
testing this out.
Why limited?
Because
I don't want to airlock anyone today.
they give you so much more new content every week.
I know, I'm just going to airlock all my roster today. Because fuck it, the Honor sale is over. Fuck's sake.
What are these people like? Pike resumes his tenure as captain of the Enterprise, despite knowing where his career will lead him. I think that's a pretty good flavor text right there.
Hold on, you're stealing my job, man.
Yeah, damn right. You are slow off the mark.
Why am I putting it there?
I had to get. It's only a tier 2 flavor text because they don't have a full stop at the end.
Right, fuck it. We're doing this live. Okay, I'm going to pull up some stats and art for... where is it? for
All right,
and
Pike,
Spock.
Pike, McDougal, and Spock. Which
Right,
one
who
do
do
you
you
guys want to cover first?
Let's go Pike. Let's do Big Boy Pike. Here's the art on the screen. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And his stats coming in hot. God, I have to do
Number
this
2, Command of Psych Voyager.
There you
Human
go.
Aspirant Explorer
Scott.
Tactician. Human Federation Starfleet. So
There's your evidence. You don't need Trial Scott at all. Or DeSoto.
Number 5 Dip Base. 1 collection. Yeah, he kind of he reminds me a lot of Returning Saru, where it's like good base, good voyage, but pretty thin on traits.
Oh, hello.
I know, but guess what? I think this makes him the number 1 Voyager for all those traits, so
Do you
that
know what
again
makes
makes
things
him better
better?
than Tyler
Kittens.
Scott.
I got a kitten.
It's true.
Hello, little kitten.
You got a kid.
Oh,
You know what? This art looks good actually on Spike. I was on. I call him Spike.
Spike?
Why do they call him Spike? Yeah.
Hey, ship him.
Now you know what way my bread is buttered when it comes to romance.
We've had a Demo Man Scotty as well. Where's he in there?
Demo Man.
Demo Man. Oh, hello,
Who the fuck?
you're
What the
affectionate
fuck's a
tonight.
demo?
Hello.
I'm guessing
In
he's
the
blowing
vault.
something up.
Yeah, Demo Man Scotty, a 1 skill eng, another 1 skill eng Scotty. Are you kidding me?
No, he's a 5-star.
What?
Yeah, but 1 skill.
What the fuck?
Engineering.
After rigging a delayed detonation device, Scotty is about to bring back to the Enterprise, leaving Kirk face to face with the Doomsday Machine. Yeah, 1 star.
So
I can't
he's got to be
concentrate,
the
I've got
number
this
1 eng. He's probably going to be the number 1
1647.
eng.
Oh, hello.
1647.
Do you want to get down? Do you want to get down? Come on.
It's Rafo is still the number 1 eng, correct?
Oh, we got stats.
Probably
for
not for long.
Well, I'm just checking now.
Dude, there's no way they make another 1 skill Scotty without him being the top eng. That would be stupid.
Yeah, he is.
Go on.
Yeah.
His
His unboosted eng is 1647. Rafo's is 1362. So we've got another Bones McCoy on our hands.
Wow. I've got some work to
The
do.
fact that they've done Scotty like that twice, like really?
Only
Wow.
2 relevant traits, which is kind of a shame, but at least they're both collections already.
Is that skill? Oh no, arena skill probably isn't worthwhile. Resourceful and jury rigger, that's fine. That's fine.
They could have thrown him in the honor hole too,
Yeah, probably would have been fine.
instead of 1.2 million honor for a ship.
Sorry, I was too busy playing my kitten. What did I miss about Scotty?
He's
He
got
is the
1
new
skill.
number 1 eng base.
Interesting. Okay.
He's
Who is
Bones
Bones
McCoy. He's Bones McCoy.
Fantastic.
No art.
All right, read the chat. I would read the chat. I'm too busy playing with my kittens. Anyway, Pike, he looks good. Number 2.
Yeah, I like
Voyager.
it.
All right, let's move on.
Oh,
And
whoa,
let's-
hold
okay,
on,
go on.
hold on. Captain Civil LaForge down to only 20% retrievable from 25%.
Oh no.
What? That was literally tomorrow's retrieval. No, well, no.
All right, so what do we have on the screen even? All right, Enterprise Pike. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Spock begins his tenure on the Enterprise under the command of Captain Pike.
No,
Midland.
we're talking about Pike.
It shows off the rails,
I
mate.
already did that.
No, I mean, so he wasn't mentioned in the mega crew
No,
upcoming.
he is going to be the giveaway.
Yeah, they mentioned they want to do a Strange New Worlds giveaway.
This is going to be the giveaway crew. So
The
giveaway number
objective
2,
event.
event number 1, by the looks of it. That's some. That's a bar.
Wait,
That's a
I find it really hilarious how they keep on consistently cannibalizing their own crew. Like, why would you even bother releasing a 4 out of 5 command?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're going to give away the exact same amount of stars on a crew that will have variants and events going forward.
So if you
Why would do
so
this?
Namer, sucks to be you because you just spent all that time going for DeSoto and within 2 quick crew choices.
Well, he's a different skill set. So, and he's got a couple different traits
Still.
and a
I'm kind of
different
surprised
primary.
that Spock is Command Dip Psi, oddly enough. So a little bit different skill order than DeSoto, but
Command Dip Psi is like the 3rd worst. That is like the other most common one. Like if you go past Command Dip Sec, it's Command Dip Psi. That's like number 2.
Yeah, Spock is going to hurt DeSoto more than Pike will, but
yeah.
I mean
So
these skill
that's
sets
a number
just
1.
blow.
That's the #1 Voyager available in a
All
skirmish.
right, let's just concentrate on Pike at the moment. We'll get on to Spock in a second. Yeah, he's still got the powerful hair, which is the reason people want this card, and he does look a little short. Do you think? Or a little bit like a cardboard cutout. I mean, obviously we know they all are, but this is.
I think there's something a bit odd going on with the bottom of his shirt. It doesn't look like it's quite. It looks like it's been stapled onto another existing art or something like that, maybe.
Well, lots of times we've seen them just take like different bodies and then put like a photorealistic head on them. So I don't know if that's what's going on here, but we were talking about this in the sub channel earlier that you get a lot higher resolution photos and stuff from Strange New Worlds, from Discovery, so their art for those crews seems to be a little bit more photorealistic, and then the older stuff like the TOS, TNG, and whatever, they do, because think about Mokbara Wharf, right? That was a draw. That was not...
Yeah.
No, I don't think they stenciled any of that, so I think the lower quality stuff, they're probably going to have to draw, but this newer stuff, I think they're just doing it, they're approaching it in a different way where it's going to look like a photo. And then you talk.
Sorry, my kittens are distracting.
Give me a second.
Come in.
So there's something wrong with Spock's art, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, let's move on to Spock. Sorry.
Hold
go
on. Let's do one fucking thing at a time if we could.
I could have been done by now.
Are there any traits here that jump out to you as either missing or misapplied or anything like? Because it's a pretty... He's not going to be retrievable when he enters a portal. He's only 50-50.
Yeah. Him and Captain Pike, maybe? Is it the other one? Have they copy-pasted him?
No, because Captain Pike has hero.
Yeah, why doesn't he have a hero?
It's the other gold uniform Pike.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
Oh,
Christopher Pike.
Christopher.
Christopher Pike. That's the one I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, to be specific, because they're all very named specifically. I think he has the exact same trait set as him. The problem is that this doesn't appear to be from a specific episode, which, having watched Strange New Worlds, like, if it were from episode 1, maybe Diplomat or Undercover Operative would apply, but as it is, this is just plain vanilla Pike. Like, it's kind of what it is. I can't think of anything missing here.
Do you think they're just making up for the fact that when Ben came on stream and showed us the picture of Pike on the artwork for the fact that we've got Strange New World rights, and we kind of went, he's a bit shit. They went, oh right, we better make him good.
Yeah,
Man.
so I guess this is I hate doing it, but okay, if you really want to cite a 4 out of 5 crew that you get from a Meg or whatever, at least make it one like this, where A, his power is the best in his skill set. B, he's not going to be retrievable. So you are going to have to either cite him or get a 1 out of 150 behold at some point.
So the non-retrievable appeals to me more than the power, because at the rate they're now pushing the power creep, which is very evident. Like, we've had more #1 Voyagers, #2 Voyagers in the last 6 months than ever before. I could see them doing someone above him at some point, especially in that Command of Sex set. Like, no, you talk.
I was
looking
told that
at the
I
new
should
crew.
stop jumping around, so...
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything to add about Pike?
It's a little bit bland. The art is good, although I'm...
Something off about it.
Yeah, it's a little bit off. This is also something that Namer has pointed out for all of the new crew that have been added. So Tryla Scott, I don't think McDougal. Yeah, McDougal doesn't have it, but Scott, Pike, and Spock all have a blue bar where they appear to have been screenshotted, or
yes, I saw
sure
that.
some kind of layer hasn't been turned off.
That's on the version I've got here. There's I had to crop it out. It's very strange.
Dude,
That's present in game as well.
CBS screwed him again. That's what happened.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's present in game as well, by the way. That's what I wanted to bring up with Spock. Like, there is an actual blue bar in game because they straight up imported the art asset and forgot to turn off like a Photoshop layer or something. It's not great.
Okay, so Pike, like the last few giveaways, is very strong, very boring. Probably the most important thing is he's not 100% retrievable. So
yeah,
I can't fight too hard against throwing the last sight on him.
Yeah, it's also a case of this is a crew that it's going to be Strange New Worlds. It's massively popular. They're going to be doing events for it. He's what, the Number 5, dip base. Yeah, I know that dip bases are incredibly replaceable, but you're gonna want them. You need them. Like Pike is gonna get events.
I do find it odd that they take the captain, who's sort of the nucleus of the show, but they give him dip primary instead of command. But then he doesn't have any diplomatic traits like, diplomat or ambassador or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's a little odd to me, but
I think it's meant to be the version from episode 1, but they haven't done anything to differentiate it. Like, if it was the version from episode 1, you should have diplomat or something like that, but they decided not to do that because that would break the game.
okay. So that's fine. He's a giveaway, so what can you?
Yeah.
They're not going to give away any.
Everyone is happy that it's a Pike, at least. I'm happy that we're getting
a good Pike. Finally, a good version of Pike.
If it was Mbenga, I would also have been happy, but that's neither here nor there.
Give it time. Give it time. All right. Let's move on to Spock. And let me just drag Spocko, the looking into the camera. Again, he's
currently
got quite
rated
short legs.
Currently rated the best crew in the game by
Apparently so.
BigBook.app.
Yes, this is number
I
one.
would believe
Voyage
it.
rank. Number one.
All right,
Voyage
give me
rank.
the flavor, stars.
Hmm?
Give me the flavor.
I already read it off. If you weren't just paying attention, I'm afraid this
Spock begins his tenure on the Enterprise under the command of Captain Pike. So this is another one of those boring ones, probably because they don't want to spoiler the early season. They just keep it kind of generic, but
Yeah, what is wrong with their legs?
it's a generic card, so it fits.
It's also kind of inaccurate, actually, because he started as an ensign in that Q&A short track.
Indeed.
What's wrong with their legs? Do they all have long backs? Yeah, they do kind of have a low center of gravity.
It's pretty
in this
strange.
art.
It's like
Yeah,
their
maybe it's
shirts
some kind
are
of
tucked
weird
down a bit.
perspective.
Yeah. This is Spock
Odd.
leaning forward, giving the Vulcan salute.
Yeah, these have been... Yeah.
If we break this down, he's the number one Voyager by about 80 points over the next one, which relatively is a large increase. Second most common skill set, but at least it's not Command IPSEC, and all of his traits, all 7 of them are antimatter seats. So considering he has no med skill, which has a really small antimatter pool, this is a very good antimatter chance. You're going to see him get a lot of trait matches. Raw score is huge. His base is in the top 10, just barely, but with all the Spock events we get, and Exobology, etc., Vulcan events, you'll probably use them a lot on the weekends, too.
Well, it's also a command base, which I think I remember one of you guys telling me was relatively uncommon, actually, in terms of good command base that you'd want to cite for other uses.
Especially compared to Dip, yeah.
And this is Spock event.
The ship abilities are intriguing. 400% damage at 6 seconds, and he's accuracy instead of attack, which is much more common. So it's in terms of big boom crew, it's like Sword has always been the best for accuracy. Spock might give him a run for his money, especially considering all his other attributes. What else is there?
He even has a tiny bit of Gauntlet with a 600 and 500 roll. Like, you wouldn't want to bring him because it would be crowded out by other crew, but he's rated C tier in 1 or 2 Gauntlets. Like, that's actually not awful.
No. Event count. Spocks are event fiends, as we know. They turn up all over the place, from super rares in ranked rewards to featured. Like, there's always going to be Spocks in this game. Like, it's the Star Trek mascot. And this, what is the event after this one? Is it because it's skirmish now, and then it's a hybrid? Is it? No.
I think it might be a Galaxy and then Faction Galaxy.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's going to be the feature for a Galaxy. Not too bad. Not too good to have too many variants, but. Yeah, it's always worth having.
He's only 16.6% retrievable. If you don't get him in the skirmish, you're going to have to get him in beholds.
Mm.
You're not. Yeah. No one's taking a 16%.
No, that's a ludicrous. He is probably missing a few traits, but even if they did, like, he'd still be very generic. Like, he's gonna have a lot of crossover with Science Officer Spock, especially.
I could definitely see him throwing him in an LTO in a little bit because I know he's not going to be retrievable. Get your skirmishing shoes on, dude.
So, Otto, you got the weekend busy?
Yeah, you free?
I'm completely retired for another 16 hours. And then we'll see.
That's you declaring war.
Let's see. Okay, so we got those two, and we got Deadman. I need to find out.
This is a monster crew. I mean, he's also kind of boring, but Number one Voyager, tons of events. Actually, the ship is kind of the cherry on top, because how many times did we wish Killy was more usable in game, or that Ruapenta Commandant was a command sec, so you could use him a little more? If you want to cite an arena crew now, I would have said this should be like your first retrieval on a new account when he enters a portal, but it's not even that. So he's as automatic as it comes when it comes to behold choices from now on.
Yeah. So it's actually kind of interesting to me that they've actually gone even harder than previously, because if you remember, when Discovery dropped in 2017, they did First Officer Burnham, and she was the number one Voyager at the time. Because it's, hey, flagship show, launch it, get a crew out there, promote it. Pretty much the same with Picard number one. He wasn't the number one Voyager, but he was like top 10, number one side base, extremely good. That was another mega crew. And now this one, and Pike, they know which way their bread is buttered. I'm going to go ahead and guess that maybe CBS was like, no, these crew, to top. They are top. They go to the top.
Imagine if they wanted to make Ruan Tarka and Lieutenant McDougal's like the new number one, number two Voyagers, and CBS is like, I'm going to literally shut down your game if you don't make it Spock and Pike at the top.
Which is, I mean, it's about time. Like, you would have thought they'd have done this sooner. Like, the last time I remember us thinking about a series that launched that had a good mega crew was probably Picard and number one. Now we're getting, finally, the crew that you want as top Voyagers instead of High Pants Braxton and, I'm just trying to think.
Camping Martyr and Porchos.
No, he's kind of deserved. I actually don't mind him being the number one Voyager. That kind of makes a lot of sense, but I was more thinking about Elnor being, like, at the time, number 4. I think he's, like, number 25 now or whatever. But...
And you know what? I will actually go out and say there is a degree of, like, I think thematic appropriateness. This is why I'm not too upset about it. Who were the first characters of Star Trek? It was Pike and Spock right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It literally
like
could
that,
not have.
Actually, I like that now.
I think there's a degree of like that's a nice thing. I doubt it was intentional. I doubt they thought about that for even a moment. But that kind of means I'm okay with that.
By the way, before we go to McDougal, I'll just shout out then they did buff T'Pol just now, basically base buffs across the board. So she's now borderline top 10 Voyager and inside the top 10 for med base too. So still not a stellar card, but more usable for newer players if they happen to be pulling 6-packs.
If things start suddenly going a bit weird on the screen, I'm being invaded by kittens right now and they're climbing on my keyboard. So right, yes. Let's do
what is this? Is this the 10th or 11th hour they've pulled their finger out?
Oh, good lord. But I wouldn't mind so much, but it makes us look unprofessional because I'm having to do this dragging shit on stream as opposed to when it's.
Don't worry, we look professional. This is no one is looking at this and thinking we come out badly of this. Oh, hey, the event's up. Well done.
We got this up within 5 minutes of them getting up, so yeah. I think that's fine.
I can always get up when needed. Okay, there we go. The hey, jury rigger. There you go, jury rigger and resourceful. I need to update a spreadsheet.
Resourceful and
everyone's resourceful. Oh, and so of course this is another 50-50 retrieval because of the pretty common traits. But
Lieutenant McDougal rushes to restore control of the ship after the polywater virus wreaks havoc on the crew.
About this long,
not bad.
This thick.
Nice. You know what? I will actually say resourceful does fit for her because she did manage to short out Wesley's thing. That's fine. I'm actually okay with that.
I think all chief engineers should be resourceful. It's like, I mean, everyone in Starfleet should be resourceful. That is like kind of the job.
Red alarm.
Oh,
red alarm.
Thank
red
you,
alarm.
Venomous, for following us. Resourceful non-dip. Oh, interesting. Maybe.
I don't think resourceful necessarily tied to diplomacy. So
yeah.
So statistically, top 10 Voyager, number 2 Eng base, and in the arena, she's a less punchy Ardra. Activates the same accuracy boost and crit bonus boost, but only about half as much as Ardra. So if you're a new player, by all means plug her in and don't bother trying to retrieve Ardra or anything like that. She'll do just fine for you. So a pretty good crew, a pretty strong crew for a new player just starting out.
Super rare power creep continues apace, but it's it's fine.
Yeah, but who cares? Honestly. New players is great. That's the only it benefits all new players, and veteran players are just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you need the ability, you need the ability to catch up. Do we have art for Scott as well? I'm checking.
I've not seen it.
He's in the vault. He's not yet in the big book. His namer's
there we
staring
go.
into our dreamy eyes right now, and he can't be bothered to.
Oh, it's
There you
Tryler. Oh, Tryler Scott.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
Demo
Tryler
Man
Scott is up.
We have too many Scots released at
We
once.
do. All right, let me wangle her up.
Demo Man got pulled. They put him in the vault and then immediately yanked him.
I wonder if he'll come back shortly.
Oh, here we go.
Probably in the honor call. Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what, I love that she's eating the bugs.
Yeah, it's good.
What's happened there? Oh,
But she's not sitting down. She should be in originals.
Well, this goes like...
What's the logic for Curzon? Yeah.
Amanda... No, it's not Amanda. Adam Scott also should be sitting down. Like I posited this before. It's like there should be a collection for crew that should be sitting.
I actually really like the art on her. They got the likeness really good.
Yeah. She's got that. I'm glad she's eating the bugs.
Gum2 fires photon torpedoes. Thank you, Twitchell J.
Oh, I don't have to cite Vargas.
Oh, I don't have to. I'm Thor Frankston. That being said, I like the flavor text they gave for Gauntlet. As a sentient organic creature, Gauntlet exists as a cosmic vessel. After the death of its crew, it wandered through space, seeking to assuage its loneliness.
With photon torpedoes.
What? Like, again, I've said this before. Why wasn't that a boss battleship? Like, it should have been. It's a giant. It shouldn't fire phases and photon torpedoes.
If you want to be completely thematically appropriate, it should be a ship that you can't use in battle and can only be used in like
Voyages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that would be more appropriate to the thematic point of the episode.
Ship would be all that. Gum2 makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, we'll be having the bloomin' squid creatures from Encounter at Farpoint in there next. Like that'll be your next. The jellyfish.
Cairo,
I've come to chew bubblegum and kill Romulans, and I'm all out of bubblegum. That should have been the flavor text.
Yeah, Cairo 47. Her face expression looks strange. I think that's kind of meant to be the point. She's taken over by an evil bug and eating bugs. Like she's not meant to be smiling.
Side eye trial. That's going to be good for a bridge art. That's going to be a really good bridge art.
Yeah. But think about this, right? Think about the fact that when Tryla Scott came back to and the bug had crawled out of her mouth and she was back to normal, she had to deal with the fact that there were bugs in her stomach that she had eaten. I'd be like,
listen, we've all woken up and done that at some point in our life.
Yeah, they're mealworms. It's not like they're, hookworms.
Yeah, thicky.
Sorry, that oh shit earlier was me. I've just opened up this beer, and it's a nitro beer, and it's also fairly sizable in percentage as well. It's 9%, so this can get fun.
Yeah, I think that like at some point, how many people have complained about Archer and Poe being crouched down and being impossible to see on a behold thing? I'm fine with them making McDougal and Tryla standing up because it makes for better art in the end. It makes for better art.
Yeah,
or Worf being comically small.
Yeah, well, yeah. if it makes guess what? The art now that we have it looks good. I'll take it over orange.
Yeah,
remember that
the art on all of these is, except for their short legs on the Strange New World screen.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good art.
That's a consistency. But
I've only ever got to look at their portrait photos anyway, so.
That being said, they should have given Frederick LaRocque his poker table.
Yes, they should. It's true. Well, is that an Ophidian in your pants? So you're glad to see me. Like he certainly has that cane is still very wrong.
Timeline Talks fan will know. Still the best episode we've ever done. That one. I've never laughed at. What are you two doing? Jesus Christ, my kitten's kicking off.
They're WRGing everywhere.
Literally, you've crashed the servers again. I need to shut my door because they're going to be very distracting over the next few weeks.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna
go on.
Oh,
you managed to get the event art out on time.
Someone trigger suspense. No, not suspense. Mariachi. Someone trigger mariachi, please. Cranky.
And by on time, you mean a week late. Oh. All right, I'm going to read this after someone triggers about the airlock
just going to leave Trial on the bridge there.
Shyla with the really unimpressed look on her face that made that.
All right. Go on, Otto.
So, from the forums, first off, we'd like to apologize for the delay in announcing this week's event. Boilerplate. Let's start Players Month with something unusual. Airlock Extravaganza from today until next Tuesday. 25% more honor from crew dismissal. But someone said legendaries are still the same, so I don't know. We hope that you're enjoying the latest edition of the Star Trek franchise as much as we do, and that you look forward to our giveaway, Enterprise Pike giveaway, not yet live. So tomorrow you'll be able to get a free copy from our giveaway pack, 3 additional copies from the Endurance Objective event. Both will be available until July 1st. And then the buff to Meditative T'Pol. So that's today's news.
I don't.
Hey, look, a non-unleashed objective event.
That's
well
fine.
done.
That's fine. Yeah, but that's their standard. That's fine.
No, that's the thing. I'm well done. You managed to break the cycle.
Okay, but
Why is it every time I try to be nice, you interpret it as something evil?
Okay.
So this is the kind of thing that I have a little bit of a complaint. This is the kind of thing that Shan would bristle at and say, "How dare you complain about? We're doing something nice." And there's a 25% bonus to airlocking right after the honor sale, when everyone airlocked all their crew to try to get as many pulls as they can, right?
Also,
look, they promise they play the game. They promise.
Temporarily, do it or don't.
For 1
don't
week.
fuck about. Like,
Till next Tuesday. That's the one that also gets
for
me.
next
Like,
Tuesday,
why?
I could get Voyages that only give me greens, and that's no good to anyone. For new players, they're not airlocking many people. It's a begrudging airlock, and if you've been keeping up with the crew slot sales and chucking the occasional dilithium in, you're keeping it. Tracers, make it last a month. I say make it last longer than that. Do what you're doing with the ad warps. Ad warps was supposed to be temporary. They've resetting the timer reset.
Wow.
You remember that? That was supposed to be temporary, and everyone's just got used to it, so they've left it. I don't get
Right,
how
but
this is
hold
good.
on.
I mean,
Something
okay, yeah,
flying
I guess
under the
more on that,
radar.
fine.
Something flying under the radar now. You only need to spend 800,000 dilithium on packs and airlock them in order to afford the new IKS Bortos. So that's a savings of 200,000 dilithium.
Oh shit!
That can't be understated.
They're really trying to push this on a haul, aren't they? They're putting more crew in there. They're putting ships in there. Like,
I don't know. I think I could understate it further.
Guys, they're giving you 200,000 dilithium. What more can you possibly want from WRG?
as a thanks.
Great value. 400% value.
Best value, in fact.
Yeah.
Get
okay.
some.
Look. Okay, I'm not gonna lift. I'm not gonna look the gift horse too badly in the mouth because that apple's getting quite rotten and he needs putting down because he's got gout. But it's
Fuck.
what?
So event patch went live,
Right.
and I decided I'm going to need a 4th star on McDougal, right?
Okay.
That is a 5 out of 5 Mira Saru, flanked by Lieutenant J.G. Palmer and Dinesh.
You know what you've got to do. You know you're getting the Palmer in there.
Well, which of my co-hosts gets their choice? Because I've got a green Orion woman
Okay.
and a fucking astronaut.
Have I ever told you how amazing Mae Jameson is? She was the first black astronaut in space. She's I believe, no, was she the first woman in space? I might have to confirm this. She is actually a Lego set.
Astronaut.
Yeah, she is actually a Lego set as well. She's an inspiring figure for all people everywhere, and she has also been on Star Trek. Like, how could you not take her over a green woman in a bra?
I love you, but I couldn't care less about this behold. So just take whoever you want.
Sally Ride was the first US woman. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, Mae Jameson. But yeah, it's Mae. Come on. There's a
By the way,
reason I've got
shout out to Frank, who'll be on in a few weeks. He posted a video of Gum to our Discord. Not only does it fire photon torpedoes, but the model is so large As the camera flies around, all you can see is this potato, like covering 75% of the screen. So you can't see anything going on except the random torpedo flying.
Fantastic.
Idle, I'm going to have to break your heart and picking Dinesh.
What? Why? Why would you do this to me?
The ultimate betrayal.
Top 10 anime betrayals, there you are. Don't you dare pick Dinesh, you gotta pick Palmer.
This has been very...
Generally is. Like, I don't just meme it, I'm generally really happy to have her twice in my crew, because we don't have... Well, like, if we had Stephen Hawking, like, in a similar situation, like, it would be equivalent. Like, come on. You still taking Dinesh, haven't you? You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
This has been the most interesting day in game in a long time.
True. Yeah, they're really keeping us on our toes. That's how you get the excitement.
What's that proverb? May you live in interesting times.
Yeah, exactly. It's like politics in our country. No, I'm going to get into that. But, I remember when it was boring, and that was better. We like boring. We like predictable. Don't like change. Can't handle that. No. All right. What other bullshit have we got to talk about?
I think we're done.
I think we are done. Should we do a last couple of beholder meters?
By the way, just to confirm, it is 25% more on legendaries too. I know earlier someone in chat said that it didn't apply to legendaries, but it does. So there you go.
It might have been the case they needed to refresh, because, like, the client can sometimes need to...
Dude, I airlocked a bunch of dupe golds 2 days ago.
Well, okay.
Man, what a day! What a day! I feel like
it has been the best of times. It has been the blurst of times.
Now!
It just reminds me of that bit in Starship 9 when Picard is going through the ship as they're getting ready for the baryon sweep, and everyone wants something from him and everyone needs something to be solved. And then he steps into the turbo lift with Data, and Data just like is looking at him. It's like,
it has been quite a
day, has it not?
No, do you know what?
I was like, yes.
I think Tryla Scott's expression says it all, really, and I'm just going to leave her there on the side of the screen, just as a reminder for what this show has been for us. While we do some beholder meters, because why not? Let's do some of these
what
to finish.
A day.
Let's go for some side eye, and someone give me a noise. Any noise. Doesn't have to be a tricorder. Give me something to stop this. Okay. 0 stars on Dereth, 0 stars on Tonya Barrows, 0 stars on Alternate Future Bashir. And my god, Tonya is really small. I didn't realise her art was that tiny. Thank you, Cairo. Thank you for being in the sound there.
I would take Tonya there.
It might be Tonya.
Bashir is... Are you not going to take Collections Magnet Bashir?
What's he? He's Physician, he's...
Augment.
Engineer.
Yeah,
maybe.
And he's got some Gauntlet. No, he hasn't. Not really. It's pretty arthritic, which is fitting. Tonya has cute art. She has no traits. She's just gonna be a Voyager for a little while. But I don't know. It's fun. I like her. She's cute.
I'm taking Dareth. You might still use them. I mean, I know it takes a long time to get to 5 stars, but maybe on the lower end roster you get a edge case Voyage out of him. But I think he's got the best collections currently, and I could definitely see Thief hitting. That's a small one, so
yeah, that's nice and niche.
Yeah, the more I look at Tryla Scott's art, the more I kind of want it on the screen all the time just to disapprove of everything. I kind of love it.
No, you know what you should do? You should put it through a face app so there's a smiling version and you just switch it on and off depending on how happy we are about the news. That's
just at random, like a creepy like caricature.
Oh, no, not one of your creepy faces. God damn it.
Right, okay. Spin it again. Someone noise me. Give me noise. Give me a sound that stops this behold. That was the noise. There we go. Okay. Michael, we get a lot of repeats here. 0 stars on Leonardo da Vinci. 0 stars on sheer fuck you hubris. 0 stars on the 2 skiller mud that I have immortal. This is easy. This is Da Vinci. Shall we spin it again? Let's spin it again.
We don't like easy choices.
No, we don't. We like them tough. We like them hard. We like them with a Dinesh in it. Okay, 0 stars on Leia Brahms, 0 stars on Resistance Burnham, 0 stars on, I believe it is Dinesh, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one I just took.
That is exactly it. So,
Man, I hate to say it, but it's probably going to be Burnham.
It's
Commander
Burnham.
suck. Bad Voyager, but events, I think she's resourceful.
Displaced.
There's a chance is she astrophysicist?
Should be. Let me check.
There's a chance that trait is this month's collection along with the. What percentage was that beer idol?
this, well, it's 2 pant for a start.
Okay.
Of course.
It was 9%. It's a slow burn.
It's an elephant beer.
It is.
You know, I hate to say it, but that Lee is one of the most useless cards in the game.
Oh, that Burnham is in fact not an astrophysicist, weirdly enough.
What? Must be the feet. All the astrophysicism was in her shoes.
That's true. That explains why Dinesh is not an astrophysicist.
That's true.
It's all come together.
Ah.
Man.
Is this how they just decide the traits? It's what they're wearing. We need to look into this.
I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Do they have gloves on? They're definitely a warp theorist.
Thief,
Thief, yes. All right, we'll do one more spin, and then I think we ought to close this roadshow down. Let's find a good one. Is this a good one? No, that's an easy one. No, that's crap. Let's find a good one. No, that's crap. I'm just
I
gonna.
just give you the Antiques Roadshow. Come on. Give me a good behold on that
Which
one.
Antiques Roadshow was that? Not the British one. Okay, this one's semi-interesting. 0 stars on Chuff Captain. 0 stars on Section 31. I'm wearing trill spots, but here I am. Leland. 0 stars on, oh my god, I have so many collections. Desert Philippa Georgiou.
Chuffed.
I know you are, but what about the collections?
Chuffed.
I might go Georgiou.
No.
Yeah, I know, because
one
you're a
more-
collection whore.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I love you,
She
but
is.
you are.
She has one more collection, but he has like 5 more viable traits, and you would actually use him still on voyages. So
Yeah.
he's
And he's got the cool thing with his weapon where it changes as the equip goes.
Leland on ships is a non-zero attribute, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can retrieve pretty much any gauntlet crew or any arena crew you want these days. Even Spock, who's just coming out, has some damage there. So yeah, chuffed.
Sorry, I was just putting Tryla behind everyone, just to, add to the ominous. She disapproves of everyone in this behold.
Are you playing with your layers on that one?
Oh, yeah. You know me, I'm always playing
I
with
don't
my
want to
layers.
hear about this.
All right, okay. I think we fixed... This is possibly going to go down in record as one of the weirdest shows we've ever done.
Well, everything happened in the last half hour.
This is what I don't like. They set to their clock. You set to the clock. I know I can get my stats and my art and I get it all prepared because I am a professional. Before the show, get it all ready, nice in my layouts, all set up nicely. So I press a button and the next stat comes up and then it fucks up because the wrong stats with the wrong art and then I have to fuck about for 3 minutes because I'm a professional. I know how this shit works. And just doing it on the fly like this, it stresses me out. But hey, that's what I got 9% beer for. But we will be back on Saturday. Because this Saturday, we're having our next episode of Star Trek Adventures, our Klingon campaign, which I'm very excited for because our last episode was very fun. And it's going to be good fun reuniting with Shia, who's playing the Klingon version of B.A. Baracus. Who got stars. You are a less than ethical Klingon doctor, and Spocky as the traditional bat'leth wielding Chukumba.
Klingot.
A Klingon, indeed.
A Klingon.
Who is playing, I believe, Chukumba, House of Wumba. He does get knocked down, but then he gets back up again. You guys will be back for that one, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And I believe next week we are not doing Klingon Academy. Are we doing Timelines Talks? Oh no, next week is Timelines Talks with Racing Liners. She's coming to join us for a show. And the week after that we'll be doing Star Trek Legacy, not Klingon Academy. Maybe I need to go back and play with Klingon Academy again and learn how to play the game before maybe I just jump in and fail everything.
Guess what? Failure is a good teacher. That's the thing that I've been taught by Star Trek, so don't be afraid.
Failure's fun. It's fun to watch. Any final words, gentlemen, before I end this shit show?
Computer,
What's
erase that entire personal log.
I think that's it. Okay, we'll be back soon. Ta-ra!